Good morning, everyone. I am Dexter Gravel, and welcome back to my continued first-time playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV. Don't mind me, I'm just sitting here on the bench at the Waking Sands waiting for my chance to talk to Minfilia, because I said last week that I'm going to continue with the main scenario, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get back up, even though I don't really need to emote to do that. I could have. So let's go and talk with her. I just needed to wait for a bit. That's all I wanted to do. I'm going to get directly into what I wanted to do today. Enter the Solar, and finally go speak with Minfilia about what we can do now that the Empire is dealt with, question mark? The price... Wait, there's another here? Or a recurring problem? What's this thing? Minfilia has need of your talents for emerging primal problem. No reward for that? I'll decline that for now, worry about that later. I wanted to focus on the main scenario with the price of principles. Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. So what trouble is you, Minfilia? Dexter, it pleases me to see you well. Oh, who it is? Ah, Tataru! Hi! What's up? Do excuse me for interrupting, Dexter. My lady, the gentleman from Ashgana Exports has just left. I understand now why you didn't want to receive him. You did well, Tataru. Please inform the guards that we will not be receiving any further guests this morning. Thank you, milady. I thank you, Tataru. Ever since we defeated Gaius van Belsar and destroyed his ultimate weapon, the eyes of the world have followed our every move, scarce remembering to blink. Have their eyes been on you the entire few weeks that I've been gone from here? Whoops. Where once we worked in secret, with precious few friends and all too many enemies, we are now besieged by benefactors, each one more eager than the last to offer us his complete support. A true embarrassment of riches. Of course, every promise of patronage comes with a price. Some make their intentions known from the start, while others endeavor to engage us more subtly. Dress it how they will, the message is ever the same. We shall help you, but only if you help us. The gentleman Tataru spoke of was more brazen than most. In exchange for certain supplies, he would have us resolve a business dispute. Naturally, I refused him, as I have every other merchant of his ilk. Alas, the syndicate's overtures are not so easily rejected. We were formed the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. It was with the goal of serving Eorzea, not the interests of individual Eorzeans. Our neutrality is fundamental to our cause. In my heart, I know this to be true, and yet, if accepting these offers of patronage could empower us to do greater good, might they not warrant greater consideration? Might. But neutrality, like you said, might be best. Taking sides would be difficult. Our Baldessian colleagues have been generous beyond measure, but we cannot expect them to... Forgive me. I did not mean to burden you so. No, go ahead. I kind of want to know more about this. Honestly. Yet, my urge to share this dilemma may not be wholly misguided. Might I impose upon you to consult the others? They are like to have their own opinions on this matter. Yeah, better go ask how everyone else is doing. I don't need to talk to you about that. That's for something else entirely. So I gotta go talk to other people also in the Waking Sands. So who's first to talk to? I think I saw Alphino out here first. Or out here earlier, but you are not who I talked to. Instead, I talked to someone out here. Also, there are quests here. What quests do we have here? Oh, level 47, 48, 47. Yeah, I'll worry about those. These are side quests. I'll worry about those some other time. First of all, I'm going to go talk to everyone else in here. Interesting how I talked to you guys and not Alphino? Huh. Alright, Astrola, you seem a bit busy. What's up? Recall you our meeting with the Admiral shortly after the Laminsons sent word of the summoning of Titan? Then mayhap you also recall my words to our host. I said unto Merlvib that her people had broken their treaty with the kobolds, and that the beastmen had justly responded, that we had been called to intervene in a conflict which she herself had invited. I spoke, in short, the truth. And wherefore did I speak it? Because owing no allegiance to Leminsa, I felt no compulsion to allow the Laminsons to distort the facts to fit a narrative which justified their actions and absolved them of guilt. Upon this subject, Minfilia can expect a similar reply. Our many dalliances... or is that dalliances? Dalliances with the city-states have already weakened our claim to neutrality, but the path she contemplates would see us relinquish it entirely. That is true. Neutrality is what they were looking for. So, Thancred, you feeling a bit better about yourself and all this? Fortune begets power, and power fortune. That we, and especially you, have power is beyond doubt. The question is what to do with it. You may be interested to know that there is a growing belief amongst the refugees that Alamigo could be liberated, if only the Scions could commit their strength to the cause. Yet theirs is but one of many causes. We stand at a crossroads, Dexter. Each path is paved with good intentions, but where they lead is far from clear. Very true, as well. Ida? I've been receiving a lot of gifts lately, but Papalimo keeps making me send them back. It wouldn't be so bad, but some of them are really nice. I mean, very nearly abandon your principles nice, you know? A lot of secret admirers? I mean, you are, I guess... I don't want to actually say it. Papalimo? None can deny that we would benefit from our more support, but if it comes at the cost of our principles? Neutrality was ever a delicate matter. I've lost count of the times I've had to explain to people that our allegiances need not necessarily lie in the same place as our headquarters. Mind you, if we are to sell our services for Gil, we might as well declare our fealty to Ul'dah now and have done with it. I'm quite sure Ida would enjoy the bribes. Especially how she feels towards the gifts, I can understand that. And lastly, Orianje. 'Tis the lot of the powerful to attract the covetous as well as the needy. Thus doth prudence dictate that those with power proffer aid with one hand, whilst the other resteth ever on their hilt. Alas, we have not the luxury of time to decipher our petitioner's machinations. Nay, not while the beast tribes do labor unseen, defiant in defeat, to rise up their fallen primals once more. Doubt not that they shall return, stronger and bolder both, nor that we shall be the ones to defeat them. This sacred charge shall ever be ours. 'Tis but a pity we are so few, and our fortunes so finite. Oh, you have something to unlock too? What's this? Primal Fear? Again, I'll worry about stuff to unlock later. We're focusing on the main scenario now. So, head back to... Oh, now I go talk to Alphino. Okay. Hey, buddy. What's shaking? I haven't seen your sister in a while. Where'd she go? This situation is not wholly unexpected. I, too, have given much thought to our organization's future, though it would seem I have reached a different conclusion. Mayhap it is time I made my feelings known to the antecedent. Come along, Dexter. Alright, I can do that. Alphino? Dexter? Is aught amiss? You desired counsel, and so you shall have it, Minfilia. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn must leave Ul'dah. We must do what? So long as we remain with Ul'dah territory, we will never be free to act with impunity. Moving our headquarters to Vesper Bay only delayed the inevitable. We have demonstrated our capabilities, and the Syndicate has taken note. They will not suffer our organization to remain independent now. We are far too dangerous for that. Surely you realize they are the reason Vesper Bay still lacks an aetheryte. Yeah, have to use tickets I get very rarely to get through that. They know full well how beneficial one would be to our cause. Which is why it and other favors will be denied us unless we cooperate. If Ul'dah is no longer suitable, where would you have us go? Experience has taught us that the appearance of neutrality is as important as the reality. Accordingly, we must keep each of the great nations at arm's length, and plant our banner in a place which all agree to be beyond their borders. You have a good place in mind? Mordona. Oh, Mordona? Really? Revenant's Toll, to be precise. It lies within neutral territory and offers all the essential facilities we would require. By way of additional benefit, it is also frequented by a veritable legion of adventurers who may serve to supplement our ranks. I am, of course, conscious of the fact that we have developed a certain bond with Ul'dah and her people over the years. But I truly believe this to be the best course of action. As you yourself observed, we have invaluable ties to the local community, forged through years of concerted effort. Ul'dah is our home, Alphino. To cast aside everything we have built and start anew in that desolate wasteland would be beyond reckless. The decision is yours to make, Antecedent. I ask only that you recall the shared purpose for which first moved us to found the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and which moved you to find the path of the 12 ere that. We aspire to an ideal, you and I, just as my grandfather did. That makes us more than mere comrades in arms. We are much as your family as... That will be all, Effin, I'm sure you have some familial affairs of your own to attend to. Couldn't even say that properly for some reason. Your concern is most generous, but no, I have left them in the hands of men better suited to the task than I. I could not very well allow my personal affairs to come before the needs of the Order, after all. You put your familia matters in someone else's hands? Ooh, stuff. What do I get? Dark Light Band Defending. That certainly works for me right now. The maiming for strength, vitality, skill speed. It must be for melee damage classes, and then... Oh. Skill speed and direct hit rate, or critical hit and skill speed. So same stuff, it's just either critical hit or direct hit. Pardon me. So I guess it doesn't really matter which one, but I still need the defending one. Thank you. Quest complete! Ooh. Dark Light Band Defending. Okay, so any ideas on what we're going to do, Minfilia? Moving on. Once again, Minfilia appears to be lost in thought. Ooh, I get more stuff here. Aiming. Ooh, that's for ranged damage. Healing, and then casting. I'll have to figure out which one of these I want. Or I could get more bronze pieces. Just bronze? I could get one of these for a class for later. I just don't know which one. And what do I get for this? Cooking sherry? That's something I just get for this? Huh. I wonder if that's going to be important later. Leave Ul'dah. Has it truly come to this? Oh, Dexter. Pray attend to Alphino. He is engaged in some business or other and requires your assistance. I thought he put... Oh, was he referring to me when he said he put his family matters to someone else's hands? Pray be on your way. Alphino waits upon you, and I have much to think about. Oh, and tell him he shall have my answer in due time. Sure thing, I will do so. Let's go talk to Alphino then. Where are you? You still out there? Right where I left you? Are you? Yes, you are. So, what was this thing you wanted help with? I was told that you wanted help with? Confound it. She knows what must be done, and still she hesitates. All because of these fanciful rumors. Well, what rumors? Oh, I should explain. Minfilia's mother, well, adoptive mother, was among the great many who perished during the calamity. Ooh, sorry to hear that. What? Flahaman? Is that how it's pronounced? Or is it just Flamen? Don't pronounce the H. Flamen was her name, though you may know her better as the Songstress of Ul'dah. Haven't heard of that, sorry. She was a performer of singular talent, and much beloved by the people of Eorzea, not to mention a certain Charlayan minstrel. Charlayan minstrel. Do I know any Charlayan minstrels? I don't think so. As you may imagine, the news of her passing was greeted with shock and disbelief by her adoring followers, many of whom refused to acknowledge that it happened. That her body was never found only served to encourage speculation. Are we going to eventually find her? I'm calling it now. We're eventually going to find this girl. This woman. I almost called her a girl. Whoops. Minfilia, too, struggled at first to accept the truth. But as Flamen, I should speak actually saying it Flamen because Flamen doesn't sound right. Flamen's absence stretched from months into years. She saw that there could be no other explanation. Until recently, at any rate. For whatever reason, rumors have once again begun to circulate that Flamen is alive and well. Aha! I called it! One of our informants, Father Iliad, has sent word that a woman matching the songstress's description has been seen of late at the seaside resort of Costa del Sol. What's she doing all the way there? If we could succeed in tracking her down, I have no doubt that any worries that now plague Minfilia's heart might be assuaged. I mean to set forth for Lenosha at once. Let us reconvene there and inquire with Master Gegaruju as to the veracity of these rumors. Okay. You first, apparently. So, I have to go to Costa del Sol. I said Tosta del Sol. I don't know how I almost says that. Oop, skipped it right here. Costa del Sol! Time for a beach party! Woo! Well, no, I'm not there for pleasure. I'm there for business. Alright, so where are you? That's a leaf mat. I'll worry about that some other time. So I need to find... over the docks. Zoom out a bit so I can actually see where I'm going. Let's see. Looks like you are this way? Yeah, you're over here. Oh yeah, Gegaruju is usually back here. There we go. Excuse me! Oh, sweet siren of the sands, my Mikote muse, why have you forsaken me? Forsaken you for what? The Titan's Bane! I mean Dexter! What brings you to my humble resort? Oh yeah, because Titan's Bane. That makes sense, because I killed Titan for him. Flamen? You mean to tell me the goddess made flesh who dwelt among us until so very recently was the songstress of Ul'dah? Egads, man, if I had known that, I would have claimed her to my bedpost and never let her leave. How dare you? Oh, for shame. To think that she now plies her trade for the riffraff of the West or wherever she says she was going. It's a tragedy, I say, a tragedy. West, was it? Thank you, Master Gegaruju. Your information will serve us well. That said, there are a number of places she could be. I shall begin my search by the docks and see if any witnesses might have some knowledge to spare. I would be most appreciative if you could travel onto Wineport and do the same. Off to Wineport, then. Okay. Time for a globe-trotting adventure to go find someone. Off to Wineport. I mean, Wineport is actually not that far from here. I didn't really need to teleport. It takes less time. Alright, so where... Aha! You're inside the person you need to talk to. Aha! There you are. Berglate. I kept forgetting what your name was. Well, if it isn't Dexter, the savior of Wineport. To what do we owe the pleasure? Ah, yes. We did receive a customer matching that description. She was a delight to behold, to give the woman her due, but her perfume was so ghastly I had no choice but to eject her from the premises. Interfering with tastings, you understand. If she is your quarry, why not consult your blind associate? His olfactory perception is without peer. Given that I could smell the woman from a mile away, I dare say he could smell her from 10. I'm gonna go talk to informant. Where is this informant? Not that far. You are up within the vineyard, it looks like. Somewhere. Aha! There you are. Jungbar. That's your name. You find someone? Huh? You want to know if I've seen a McCarthy lass by the name of Falaman? I wish. I haven't seen a lass of any description far too bloody young, for far too bloody long. Well, that didn't help. Shamani Lomani. Who? Oh. On the other side of the place. Oh, yeah, the cask guy. Right? Yes. So, you have any insight on this? I see you have had many grand adventures since last we spoke, Dexter. You must share them with me sometime. The girl from a little while ago? One does not forget a perfume like that. So robust and intoxicating, yet simultaneously familiar. Reminiscent of a bloom native to these parts, in fact. I said as much when we spoke. She complimented my powers of observation and asked me where she might find some of the flowers. So I told her to follow the road south onto Raincatcher Gully, then head east after crossing the second bridge. The flowers which grow in the glade of the cliff have the strongest scent, you see. If you make haste, you may yet find her there. Thank you! Also, I completely forgot. I should be changing up who my minion is today. It's not going to be my cherry bomb. It is going to be... a little black chocobo this time. Hi! I don't think I've summoned you before. Neat. Okay, so we're supposed to go head off and find Falaman. Or search for Falaman, not necessarily find her. A little bit to the south. Right? South, yes? Yes, okay. I'm heading the correct direction. Oh, I'm going too far west. There we go. And then... Okay, so I'm getting close. Oh, I see someone off in the distance. Off in near the flowers. Oh, it actually is her! Holy shit, okay. Okay, hold up. What am I fighting? Let me get used to the controls again. Okay, good. Okay. Whoa! Hi, big guy! Excuse me. And get this active because I can. No, no sneezing on me. I should use the damage up, but it's fine. It's fine. It's cool. We're okay. I can do this still. Oh. I didn't even get my big hit in. Darn it! Well, it's still got enough for the next one. So. Hi. Apparently someone's looking for you? Me included? I'm in your debt, stranger. I did not realize my activities had roused the Gubo's ire until it was too late. Their oils can be used to make a perfume, you see, and I... Well, here's the thing, lady. Falaman? I don't... Who are you? Whom do you serve? Oh, do you... Wait. It appears you've already found our woman. Consider me impressed, my friend. The songstress of Ul'dah, I presume? Minfilia, or should I say, Acelia, is looking for you. Acelia? I was actually going to say that myself. What? You are the very picture of health, milady, yet the world thinks you dead. I can only conclude that this was by design. The question is, why? Not everyone who endeavors to find me does so with the best intentions, child. You would be pleased to know that I fully intend to reveal myself to Minfilia when the time is right. Oh, well, that does please me, more than you know. But tell me, sojourns in the forest of Lenosha aside, when exactly will the time be right? When I deem it so. Do you imagine I traveled all this way on a whim? As I was telling your associate prior to your intrusion, I came here to harvest these flowers for use in a perfume. Does that satisfy your curiosity, or would you interrogate me further? My apologies for the interruption. Anyway, now that we all have that which we came for, might we continue this conversation in a safer locale? Wineport, say? Alrighty then. Well, it's good to know that we immediately found her. I thought it was going to be a while before we actually saw Philamen, but here she is. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. Okay, not that far, thankfully. Okay, so where are you exactly? You are by the Aetheryte? Yes, there you are. Then get off. There we go. This is not at all how I had envisioned it. Well, me neither. I can scarce begin to imagine what emotions will go through Minfilia's heart when she reunites with her mother after all these years. That was it? Really? Okay. Which one of these should I bother getting at this point? Nothing. I mean, none of my classes are at level 50, and they won't be for a while. Which one should I focus on, if any of these? I think I can actually make these, can't I? Well, I can't search for crafting, unfortunately, so I think I can make these eventually, so I'll just get more bronze pieces. I'll not worry about that for a while. Actually, you know what? Crafting log. I think I can just find it. It'll be under goldsmithing, I think, right? Level 50 stuff? Da-da-da-da-da. No, that's all Astro and Rose Gold. Oh. I guess I can't make those. Whoops. Oh well. Well, I wouldn't probably wouldn't have been using them for some time anyway, so that's fine. So, Philamen. All things in time. Well, we're gonna get a reunion just based on that. Philamen has made her peace and is ready to reunite with her adopted daughter. You say my daughter awaits us in Vesper Bay, yes? I have kept her waiting long enough. Let us be off on the next ferry. I can finish fashioning the perfume along the way. Understood. Come with me. It would be my pleasure to escort you to the Waking Sands. Okay, okay. Whoa, okay. Warped me right back. That's pretty convenient. Why can't quests do that all the time? That makes it so much easier. Does it activate? Nope, it doesn't activate as soon as I get here. I have to talk to Minfilia first. Antecedent? You have a guest. Lamen! Acelia. Aww. I haven't seen her like this in years, Dexter. I never truly believed it when they told me you were dead, but what kept you away for so long? The Imperials came after me, so as I always knew they would, and so I resolved to stay as far away from you as I could, lest their pursuit of me endanger you and your cause. I could think of no better way to grant you the freedom to continue our work. And continue it you did, achieving things I could not have imagined possible. I followed your every success and celebrated in secret. I'm so proud of you, Acelia. I learned from the best. I have a gift for you. Is that the perfume? Celestia perfume. You remembered. How could I ever forget? You wore it all the time. If I ever lost sight of you, I could find you again just by following my nose. I did not think it was made anymore. You must have gone to so much trouble. It was no trouble to me, my darling. I fear I cannot say the same for Dexter, however. I could not have made it without him. Thank you, Dexter. Thank you both. There's something else. Oh, what's this? This is the cat's eye I found. All these years you kept it. A cat's eye? I mean, like a cat's eye crystal? My father was a member of the Alamegan resistance. When I was yet a child, he brought me here to Ul'dah. The accident which claimed his life happened shortly after our arrival. It was Laman who took care of me then. She raised me as her own, taught me everything I need to know to survive. I am no stranger to the facts of your history, yet I fear have failed to grasp their implications. It is clear that there is much I do not know about you and your mother both. One of her first lessons to me concerning mining, and it was a very dedicated student. And I was a very dedicated student. This cat's eye was the first stone I unearthed. It wasn't much, of course, but I was exceedingly proud to have found it nonetheless. So I gave it to Laman as a gift. She said it was beautiful, but there I'm at a loss. Why are you returning this to me? Is something amiss? No, Acelia, nothing is amiss. Quite the opposite. I need you to realize how far you've come, and how much further you must still go. You and your allies have accomplished more than I could have hoped, and you have succeeded where I failed, and made me so proud that words fail me. But even as I marvel at the woman you've become, and all the many things you've done, I cannot help but think of which you have yet to do, and of what it may entail. Acelia, daughter, you cannot stay here anymore. You and the Scions must leave Ul'dah. Laman. You built it once, Cecilia. You can build it again. And this time, we'll do it together. Truly? Alphino, the time has come for the Scions to leave Vesper Bay. We shall establish a new headquarters in Revenant's Toll as you proposed. Much work lies ahead of us. Inform our fellow Scions and send word to the students of Baldessian. Preparations begin at once. Well, your plan worked, I guess. Not gonna lie, I got slightly emotional because of my own mother, but regardless, okay. Ugh. Dark light choker offending. I don't have that? I thought I did. Oh, maybe it's it's the dark light earrings offending that I have that I was looking at. So the actually, I ended up getting some better ones as a result of the ventures that my retainers have gone on. So I think I'll just stick with... Which one should I get instead? Maiming or striking? Let's get... Oh, wait. Oh, both of these are direct hit. I thought they would be both skill speed like they were with the other things. But no. Let's go with the skill speed bonus one. Yeah? Yeah, that'll work. Alright, quest complete! So, what is next, Minfilia? What preparations do we need to take? Or do I need to do this as well because I don't know if we're coming back here? Should I do recurring problem first? At least to unlock that for later? Yeah, I'll do this because I don't know if you're going to still be here. Minfilia has need of your talents for a re-emerging primal problem. Yeah, let's get this out of the way. So what's this going to be? Oh, hi, everyone's here. I know you have scarce had a chance to rest, but I'm afraid there's still work to do. I mean, this is kind of related to what you were just talking about. The Ultima weapon's destruction, to it seem, has served to embolden the beastmen who now seek to call down their gods once more. Nearly lost myself from my tongue there for a moment. Even as we speak, the Amalja, the Ixal, and the Kobolds are making preparations for their respective summoning rites, and that is but the half of it. Much to our dismay, all three tribes were somehow able to procure vast quantities of crystals. Oh, my turn to say something. Basically, this means the primals will be stronger than they were before. Uh-oh. Far, far stronger. Their previous incarnations will seem as pale imitations. The beast tribes, we believe, began hoarding crystals with a vengeance in the wake of the Ultima weapon's maiden appearance. You will remember that that was the time it devoured 3 primals in one sitting. That's true. The Grand Companies are aware of the potential primal outbreak. Alas, due to the losses they incurred to ensure the success of Operation Archon, they are ill-equipped to take any meaningful measures. After deliberation, the leaders concluded that they must needs return to us once more. To thee. The etheric waves that were observed in Mordona do not appear to bear a connection to any beast tribe. Yet much and more still remains beyond our knowing. We must be prepared for all possibilities. I am loath to send you into the midst of danger again so soon, but none have proven themselves more capable against the primals than you. You will undertake this mission, Dexter. Yeah? You have my thanks. I truly do not know what we will do without you. Go ahead, Thancred. With circumstances as they are, I haven't the chance to properly express my gratitude. I owe you my life, Dexter. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. A string of failures have left me feeling powerless. I wanted to be stronger, that I might do right by my fellow Scions. But instead, I caused you all no end of grief and suffering. I swear to you, it shan't happen again. Owing to everyone's ministrations, I am quite recovered now. I hope to return to my duties again soon. Well, that's good. Yay! Thancred's return marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Scions. Let us renew the fire in our hearts and continue to press ever forward. Now then, back to the matter of the primals. With no fewer than 3 of the beings threatening to appear, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. We must take it one sure step at a time. Urianger has the overview of the situation as it stands. Please speak to him to receive guidance on your mission. Okay. Is this related to that primals thing that I saw earlier? It might be. Let me just go double check. I'll be back, Minfilia. Don't you worry, I'll be back. Let's see, where do I go from here? There you are, all the way back there. I see you. Don't think you can hide from me. I mean, you probably weren't trying to. Such knowledge as I possesses of the beast tribes and their primals is at thy disposal. Whether man or beast man, we are wont to seek power when plunged into the black depths of despair. That despair doth begin with the Amalja, who may have already summoned forth Ifrit. With our comrade Thancred now returned, thou wouldst do well to seek his counsel. No reward for that one. Okay. So I talked to Thancred about it now? If it bleeds, we can kill it. Stupid. Thancred wants you to vanquish Ifrit and has information that will help you to arrange an encounter. Confirmation has just arrived from the Immortal Flames. 'Tis as Urian Jerry said, I fear. The Amalja have already summoned Ifrit. A confrontation with the Lord of the Inferno is inevitable. I would like nothing more than to lend you my blade, but the students of Baldessian insisted that I refrain from taking to the field where it concerns primals. Yeah, given that you were possessed by something related to it. I know not the workings of it, but it would seem that recent events have left me especially susceptible to tempering. Oh, the possession did that. Okay, that's why. Sorry. As much as I hate missing out on the fun, for everybody's sake, I must sit this one out. Instead, I'll focus on gathering and analyzing data. Now, the Immortal Flames have already conducted a preliminary investigation into Ifrit. They may well have information that will be of use to you. Do pay a visit to the Hall of Flames and speak with the Commander Swift. One last thing before you depart. Doubtless you remember Minfilia's words, but this Ifrit is a far cry from the primal you first defeated. You will want to assemble your most dependable comrades for the mission. Be safe, my friend. Thank you all. Speak with Swift at the Hall of Flames. Should I do that now, or since it's something I can unlock later, do I worry about that later? I feel like I should hold off on doing any big stuff until maybe a bit later. Yeah, I think that's pretty smart. So should I start unlocking this now as well? Maybe? No, I like I said, I want to focus on the main scenario. I should be doing that. I just wasn't sure if, the fact that we're deciding to leave... You know what? If we're deciding to leave here, I wonder if I should take up these side quests as well. Because I don't know if these will still be here. Should I do that instead? Yeah, they're just 47. I can easily do these. So let's actually do these. Slav Swiss. A Kobold Initiative. Slav Swiss has a plan that requires an adventurer's aid. Read the riptides and the winds and brace yourself for the coming storm. Learned as much when I sailed as a yellow jacket, aye? The wisdom of the seas has served me just as well on land. The beast tribes are a storm in the brewing, and neither the Scions nor the city-states can allow themselves to be caught unawares. Nay, we must strike first and nip the storm in the bud. I'd start with the kobolds. I reckon they've grown a bit too big for their britches of late. One more thing I learned as a yellow jacket is that your ship is only as steady as your crew. Before talking to the kobolds, I have in mind to round up some new allies. On Camp Overlook, you'll find a crew of pirates who've given up pillaging and plundering and now fly the flag of the Maelstrom. I'd bring them on board to fight the Kobold menace, but I have a notion that an honest plea from yourself would be more convincing. Might you travel to Camp Overlook and speak to Commander Bloden in my stead? You'd be doing us a great service, eh? I can do that. Let me accept these other things while I'm here as well. Radolf. What do you have? Into the Valley of the Skull. Ooh, that sounds fun. Radolf would have you lend your assistance to the Maelstrom cause. I call upon you as a fellow Scion, Dexter, to assist your allies in meeting a mutual objective. The Maelstrom needs every sword it can summon to stifle the Zahagan advance. I've been dealing with those guys recently. I implore you to journey to Camp Skull Valley, discuss the matter with Falkbrida, and render what remedy you can. Okay. So what are we have one more quest back here I can work with, and then something else to unlock. So Wingstan can't do it without you, or is that supposed to be can't do it without ooh? Not sure. Wingstan would seek your aid in pulling a plan of his into motion. My dear friends, Abba and Auli come to the Scions with a burning passion to deliver this realm from darkness, a passion that I could never muster. They fought bravely and with honor until they could fight no more. Me, I was never worth much on the battlefield. I wanted nothing more than to honor my fallen comrades, to carry on their fight. But how? One day it struck me. I may be woefully lacking on the battlefield, but my mind is sharp enough. I resolved to plot a course of action. No, I resolved to plot a course. Yeah. I resolved to plot a course of action and recruit capable allies to our cause. One thing is clear to me. We can ill afford to be distracted by the beast tribes with more ominous storm clouds gathering on the horizon. To that end, we must find strong and loyal allies to quell the beastmen menace. You're familiar with the Oo, perhaps, a tribe of fearsome hunters and huntresses? I'm convinced that they would prove invaluable allies in the battle against the Amalja, if only they could be won over. The Oo respect strength above all. I feared they'd sooner gut me than listen to my tale, but you? If you spoke, they would listen, I'm certain of it. And so I ask, friend, travel to Forgotten Springs and speak to Oda Nu in my stead. Oda Noon. So is this all this stuff here beast tribe related? Huh. So I wonder if more stuff will unlock if I go find other beast tribes. I don't know if there are any others, though. Lastly, for now, Oriange has something. What's this? Primal Fear. Oriange looks beseechingly in your direction, fear in his eyes. Uh-oh. You fear something? Friend to the dawn, hear my plea. Tidings most ominous arrive from Gridania. A primal awaketh the shroud. A primal? Those who have borne the eldritch spirit witness and returned to tell the tale avow that ne'er before have they seen its like. The god's quiver doth investigate as we speak, and meseems Bowlord Lewin would welcome a capable adventurer's helping hand. Pray, hie thee to the seat of the first bow and shine thy light upon the matter. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff to do. Let's see how much of these we can tackle before I come back here to finally deal with the actual main scenario like I was going to. So what should I do first? Let's, closest one. What is the closest one? The Hall of, no. Yeah, Ifrit bleeds so we can kill it. No, that's the unlocking stuff. Let me do the other things first. Let's head back to Camp Overlook first. Let's go deal with the Kobold Initiative. That was the first one not related to the primals that I unlocked. So let's do this. Oh, you're right. Where are you? Aha! There you are. Commander, I have need of your assistance. Adventurer, eh? With the message from Slafwis, you say? Huh? A preemptive strike to take the wind out of the Kobold's sails before they can mount an attack? And she'd recruit old buccaneers like us for the effort? This, even when Admiral Verlvib had her hands full with the damned beasts? Why, that's either the most barnacle-brained idea I've ever heard, or the most brilliant, or the most bloody brilliant. I'll confess I had my doubts when I heard she was leaving the Yellow Jackets, but I see that wench is as salty sea dog as ever. Aye, this should prove most interesting. That was it? That was really it? Okay. Next up, head to Camp Skull Valley. Is that a place I've been to? I don't remember anything by that name. Camp... Where is that? Is that... Oh, nope. Selecting too much. Into Skull Valley. Yeah, but where's Skull Valley? Oh! Okay, that's over by Ailport. Cool, I can do that. I completely forgot the name of that place. Camp Skull Valley. I wasn't even paying attention to the name when I first dealt with the Sahagins. Is that what it's actually called? It is. Or this area... Oh, this is called the Spawning Grounds. That's right. So, Camp Skull Valley's right there. Alright! Let's go recruit someone over at Camp Skull Valley. Whee! Can't see where I'm going. Now I can. And I'm here. Up, down. Falkbreda! I have a request of you. If you have come seeking Falkbreda of the Maelstrom, congratulations, you have found her. Although I suppose in truth it is I who have been seeking you. You've been seeking me? Camp Skull Valley overlooks the Sahagin Four, the sea-sucking hordes right under their bony nose. We are the dam against the rising tide of savagery. I mean, the guys here, some of the guys here are okay. Seriously, that was it? Do you have something? That's unrelated, I think. Or maybe it isn't, not entirely sure. But for now, let's head off to Forgotten Springs. That is over by... Aha, yeah. Over in Thanalan. Let us go deal with this. Get that out of the way. And then you are... Oh, you're right inside here, aren't you? Yes, you are. Hello! Ah, it's you again. Went the long way around to talk to you. The Slayer of Titan returns. The Slayer seeks something of the Ooh, yes? What is it that you seek? Oh, the Ooh tribe. They have Ooh in their name. That makes too much sense. So, you would have just join your fight against the Amalja. The Ooh do not care for the lizard men, this is true. But the Ooh fight no battles but our own. That is what my tribesmen will say. But I am not unwilling to help you, but I know you better than they. Alright. So it looks like just talking to these guys unlocks other quests. But I feel like I should be focusing on those some other time. So firstly, I'm gonna... last up would be... Speaketh Lewin at the seat of the first bow. Where is that exactly? It's in the Shroud. Oh, it's over by... Oh, it's in New Gridania. Okay, I can do that. That's easy! Whee, yep. So what is it that they want me to do for this? Okay, so I need to head off to... It's at the main gate, actually. Off this? No. Wait, where's that? Oh, right, the God's Quiver. Okay, so I'm going to use the Aetheryte to get over to the Archer's Guild. Yeah, there we go. Make it much easier this way. Run! Hi, guys. Been a while. Oh, where are you? Oh, you're up here. Hi, guy. Oh, you're back here. Hello. God's Quiver Bow. Proceed to the seat of the first bow. Yeah. This is a place I haven't been. Whoa. This is new. What's all this, then? Is this related to anything for the Archers Guild? I have no idea. Hi. Who is Lewin? Gravel, I have heard much of your deeds in recent days. You come to lend your strength to the primal investigation, yes? Your aid is most welcome. Okay, sure. Can I just come back here at any time then? I guess I can. So that at least unlocks... That is weird how we unlock something just to go here. I thought they would actually unlock a feature, but no, it just unlocks being able to talk to someone about unlocking a feature. Weird. What do you have exactly? Who was that man in black? You're not referring to Xehanort again, are you? Bowlord Lewin would have you ascertain the veracity of the ominous rumors circulating about Gridania of late. Should I do this now or later? Again, I wanted to focus on the main story. Yes, I will decline. I will worry about you later, whomever you are. Lewin? Seemed like a Robin Hood type of guy. That's actually, nope, I should actually just teleport back. No, that's for, wait, what am I doing here? That is for another quest entirely, isn't it? Because, yeah. So that is unrelated. I actually need to head back to... Wow, I can't think of... I just can't think for some reason. I need to head back to... Horizon. Yes, so I can go back and talk to Minfilia again, yeah? I don't know why I did that. I could have used a Vesper Bay ticket. You know what? Let's do that now. Inventory... Vesper Bay ticket. Might as well use them up. I don't know how much more often I'm going to be coming back here. Whee! Alright, I'm back. And let's go, Maggie, to go talk to Minfilia once more. Whee! Can't find my way inside. Ah! Can't see where I'm going. I'm too big. Back into the Waking Sands. Man, it feels like I had wasted time doing that for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, it was to unlock stuff that I can eventually work on later. So maybe it's not so bad. Alright, Minfilia. Now, let's see what we can do about changing stuff around. Laying the foundation. Minfilia would share with you the latest news on the Scions' imminent relocation. Ooh, more chokers for stuff that I'm not going to be doing for a good long time. So I'll probably just more bronze pieces after this. Even though it's going to... I don't know. It is all well and good that we have found ourselves a new home in Revenant's Toll, but there is so much to be done, and in so little time. Our first step will be to secure the cooperation of the Adventurers Guild representatives there. We are not, if were it not for the Guild's considerable efforts, the original Camp Revenant's Toll would have never been established, much less its more heavily fortified successor. However, with construction still ongoing and resources in short supply, it seems certain that the Guild will require something in return for their support, sympathetic to our cause though they may be. Whatever they ask, I will not begrudge it. To be plain, we need them more than they need us. Without their assistance, such essential tasks as securing new facilities, cultivating relationships with local merchants, and recruiting adventurers would prove difficult, if not impossible. You need not concern yourself with such matters, antecedent. Why is that? And who this? And this. Really, Alphino, if I need concern myself with anything, it is surely matters such as these. Indirectly, perhaps. I submit that you might instead concern yourself with a different matter, namely to whom the solution of such matters might best be entrusted. And here I am. Nor do I come alone. May I present the esteemed emissary of the Adventurers Guild at Revenant's Toll. You got them here already? They came pretty quick. It is an honor, antecedent. Upon receiving word of your intentions with Master Alphino, we thought it best to begin talks at the earliest available opportunity. I thought we were going to actually come to you, but the fact that you took initiative is pretty neat. Know that my associates at Revenant's Toll hold the Scions of the Seventh Dawn in the highest regard. We should be honored to welcome your organization. There are, of course, certain provisions which must needs be negotiated. If it pleased you, I would do so. It does. Sir, unless I'm much mistaken, you are the one known as Dexter, are you not? My reputation precedes me yet again. May I say what a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Slaffborn spoke of you in the most glowing terms. To speak an Imperial Reaper and then steal an Imperial Reaper and then use it to infiltrate a Garlean castrum is an undertaking few would contemplate, and fewer still survive. You shall always be welcome at Revenant's Toll. We hope you will favor, I hope you will favor us with your presence again ere long. Yeah, I'm going to go over there soon, I take it. Okay, bye. Could have just left with them rather than waiting. Well, well. It would seem your reputation precedes you, Dexter. Yeah, I just said that. Mayhap I should dispatch you to Revenant's Toll with all haste, as first intended. But before that, I dare say you have earned yourself a rest. After all, you have traveled so far, and there is already so much you have done for us, and for me. We will speak again anon. Till then, take care. Well now, if I'd known they were going to have me want to take a break after this, then I would have actually waited until doing this until doing the other stuff. What's happening here? Oh, I'm just sitting here waiting for stuff? Oh, you're back. Ah, Dexter. Were you able to get some rest? I would ask you to come with me to the Solar. Alphino has just returned, and it would seem there is something he would share with us. Oh, is this negotiations done already? Or maybe in the discussion something came up that we need to talk about to figure out how to deal with it. Let's see what that is. Yeah, okay. Alright, everyone's gathered up, so what's the big news? You're here. Good. I come bearing news. The negotiations are concluded. Nice. And? Our friends at the Adventurers Guild have agreed to furnish us with new facilities and material support in exchange for our assistance with the ongoing defense and development of Revenant's Toll. Now that's pretty easy. Or should be. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn shall have a new home in Mordona, the Rising Stones. Alright, everyone's really into this. A bittersweet victory, if truth be told. I cannot deny that I had come to look forward to Tataru's tales of our many guests and their many, many demands. Well, they apparently didn't ask for much. From the waking sands to the rising stones. Passably poetic. That wasn't your doing, was it? Yeah, he does wax poetic, I get that. I too have news to share. In expectation of this momentous day, I personally informed the Alliance leaders of our plans, and they have each pledged their full support, General Roban included. Moreover, I have decided that the time is right for us to cast off the vestiges of our Order's veil of secrecy and announce ourselves to the world. Whoa. Are you sure that is wise, Antecedent? If anything, it is mere formality. Our existence is quite possibly the worst kept secret in Eorzea. That is true. A lot of people know about you already. Even before all this. Let us affirm our identity. Proclaim our achievements, that all may know what the Scions of the Seventh Dawn stand for. Alright! Well, obvious risks apart, it would be nice to receive a little more recognition. And the people have a right to know who saved them. That's right. It is my hope that this gesture will encourage the people of Eorzea to place their trust in us. I would reveal them to the true extent of our power, yes, but in so doing, I would show them that it is a power accountable to no one, and at once to all. And what of us? We who have filled primals and faced down the Empire? To you, my fellow Scions, I would say this. Prepare for the challenges which lie ahead, for they will be great indeed. Ah, great, we gotta prepare. I mean, that's pretty much all we're doing. Feels like. Great, I say, yet to no greater than us. And we will rise to them as we have time and again, united as one. Yeah. Alright, and everyone leaves. Except Tataru. What's up? There must be some way I can... Wait. That area is said to be rich in minerals. Maybe I should ask Philamen to teach me the basics of mining too. Oh, you're gonna set up something too, Tataru? And it involves mining? I might be able to help. Quest accepted. Do I have to talk to you again? Yep. Speak to Minfilia. Do you ever wonder how he does it? Alphino, I mean. It was almost predictable that he should appear with an emissary of the Adventurers Guild mere moments after I had expressed the need to forge ties between our organizations. Truly, his sense of timing rivals even your own. I don't say that. Setting such mysteries aside for the present, I have a task for you. I would like you to deliver these documents to Slaffborn. They concern our forthcoming move. Do take care on the road and represent us well, Dexter. That I shall. All right, back to Revenant's Toll. Actually, right at the very bottom of my list. How convenient. I can just go all the way down to the list. All right, so where did you go, Slaffborn? I did speak to you before, didn't I? Where are you? You are... That is a good question. Where are you? Oh, wow. How did I miss that? Hold on. How did I miss that? Yeah, how did I miss that? It was right here. Wow, I was looking for one of the other markers, not the green one. Okay, so you are... Oh, aha! Slaffborn. I am such an idiot. Of course I talked to you. I remember you now. I was told to expect a Scion, but I didn't expect it to be you. It has been far too long, Dexter. You have something for me, yes? I do. It is a sealed documents. Sealed documents, yes. For detailing a Scion's planned operations for the next several weeks. Wow. Let's see now. Yes, everything appears to be in order. You'll be staying with us for a while, yes? Would that be a dozen more like you? Oh, would that we had a dozen more like you? Since we don't, though, we'll just have to give you the work of a dozen men. I jest, I jest. Oh, do you now? Let's see. Choker of aiming, healing, or casting. Do I need to bother with any of these since I won't be doing anything with these for a while? Yeah, and I think I can get better equipment than this by that time anyway, so... Complete! And then I talk to you... No. Sweat at the Hall of Flames. Oh, do I talk to Slaffborn? Yeah, I talked to Slaffborn to get in there. Do I? Oh, right, that's... Speaking of Sweat to okay, that's related to something else entirely. I should take that off my list for now. There. Okay, do that some other time. Oh, he has something else as well, but I'll focus on the main story. It's possibly a primal. Slaffborn would show you around the Scions' soon-to-be home in Revenant's Toll. Back to do the work of a dozen men, I see. But I jest. You just made that joke. Even I can appreciate that an important man such as yourself has little time for menial tasks. You would be surprised. But since you're here, mayhap you'd be keen on having a look around the Scion's new home. See that impressive structure over there? That's the place. Ooh. It was originally built to house a branch of the guild, you see. As such, it comes complete with a tavern where adventurers can rest from the road, fill their bellies with food, good food and drink, and their ears with tales of fortunes to be had about the realm. It may get a bit raucous at times, but I imagine it'll be as good a place as any to recruit capable men and women to your cause. Come with me, I'll show you around. Oh. Is that you, Dexter? I'm quite sorry to interrupt, but I have most urgent news. What's up? We received grim tidings from Gridania. It would appear our aid is required at once. I must ask you to report back to the Waking Sands with all haste. Is everything quite all right, friend? Well, sadly, I have to leave. Urgently. Can't say I'm privy to the details, but it would appear this is no time for a leisurely tour. But no worries. You can rest assured that I'll see to all the necessary arrangements. Pray return anytime you've ever seen to your more pressing matters. After I've seen to them. Yes, I shall. Sure, back to Waking Sands, eh? Let's just use another one of those Aethera tickets. I didn't realize I'd be using them up so quickly all of a sudden. I hope I still have enough for what we intend to do for all this moving. Alright, sir. Back to Waking Sands. Talk with Tataru. Let's go, Popcorn. Alright, so what's so urgent, Tataru? A messenger from the Twin Adder came to the Waking Sands while you were in Mordona. I wasn't privy to his conversation with the antecedent, but I did see the look on her face after he took his leave. Something is definitely amiss. Could it be that the Ixal have summoned Garuda again? Or mayhap Imperial forces have been sighted within the Shroud? Well, whatever it may be, I'm absolutely certain it's nothing you can't handle. Now go and ask the antecedent if there's anything you can do. Okay, I can do that. Gotta go speak with Minfilia again. Alright, I'm back. Hi guys, bye guys. Entrance to Solar. Go inside. Speak with Minfilia about stuff and things. And other potential other things. So, what's this thing you seem so distraught about? I knew this day would come, yet I prayed it would not come so soon. We have reason to believe that another primal, or an entity resembling one, has been summoned in Gridania. Not Garuda? Hey, Urianger. Thine arrival is customarily timely at Dexter. The etheric waves leave little room for doubt. Thy talents will be needed ere long. If there be truth in my suspicions, 'tis a familiar foe we face, though one quite unlike the Lady of the Vortex. We fought it before? We dare not draw conclusions without evidence, but as Urianger says, the readings bear a strong resemblance to ones observed more than 5 years ago. So before? Was it referring to the Calamity? I can't remember if the Calamity was what Bahamut did or something before Bahamut did. I think it was what Bahamut did. Okay. Though I had hoped the Moogles guard beyond such follies. Moogles guard. Suffice to say, this disturbance warrants a full investigation. Thy presence hath been requested by Commander Hulo. I think that's Hulo. He awaiteth thee at the Adder's Nest. Pray hasten to Gridania, Dexter. Ida and Papalimo will rendezvous with you there. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Thank you. Is Oriange going to come with me, or is it just Papalimo and Ida? Probably it's just Papalimo and Ida. Alright, off to Adder's Nest, which is in Gridania, but where exactly? Oh, it's actually right next... Oh, that's... near the... Oh, yeah, that's over by the Twin Adders area. That's right. Let's go to Gridania. And see what we need to do about this apparent reading that we've seen before? I don't see how we've seen it before if it's not Garuda. Well, let's go find out what that is. Where are you? Aha, in here. Versailles. Oh, you're referring to the last name. A pleasure to see you as always, Dexter. Thank you for answering my summons. Quite frankly, I could think of no one more qualified to... but we're getting ahead of ourselves. Allow me to explain. Oh, okay. Ooh, level 70 weapon coffer. Whoa. A buffalo calf? And then, ooh, bracelet offending. I don't have that. I'm pretty sure I don't. I'm pretty sure I don't have anything better. I do have something, but I don't know if it's better than what I currently have. Let's take it. And let's see if it actually is better than what I currently have. Hold up. I also have the level 70 weapon coffer. Let's use that. And what level 70 weapon do I get? A giant skull war axe. Woo! How does that look? Ah, I'm naked. Whoa. Dude, that looks cool. I mean, I'm still working on spirit bonding with my current axe, but that's definitely something I'll equip later. Actually, is it better than what I currently... Is it... How close am I to finishing... No, I need to go back to the character. Is that... Oh, it's only at 46%. That's going to take a while. Ugh. That's fine. I can still do that. Okay, so back in the inventory. Let me put these in my inventory chest. Armory chest. The maiming one. Yeah, that can go in there. That's a thing I have very things of. And use that calf. Don't worry, little buffalo. I might summon you later. Now, let's see if that is actually better than the current thing that I have. Yeah, what I found was rose gold bracelets from my retainers. So let's see. Is this better? Item comparison. Oh, it is better. In every way except for critical hit rate. Very nice. But I'm still working on spirit bonding with this one. It's at... Oh, it's very close to 94%. I need to remember that. Alright, so, done with that. Now, talk to Versailles again. Ooh, you got a couple of stuff. Seeking Solace. What's this one? Commander Versailles seeks a capable adventurer for most daunting assignment. Yeah, I'll worry about that later. Sorry. Focusing on main quest. Hail to the King, Kupo. What? Versailles, I'll just say Versailles. Versailles wishes to brief you on the latest crisis in Gridania. It's a crisis related to the Moogles? Not long ago, the Moogle Kuplo Cop visited the Adder's Nest to request an audience with the Elder Seer. Why can I not talk today? He spoke of an imminent threat to all Moogle kind, one which would imperil the entire Twelveswood if left unchecked. I don't know what's wrong with my ability to speak today. Okay. You proved an able ambassador to the Sylphs, and we would have you reprise the role of your dealings with the Moogles. I said that almost entirely incorrectly, and we would have you reprise the role in our dealings with the Moogles. The rest you should hear from Kuplo Kop himself. He awaits you with the Elder Seed Seer, at the Lotus Stand. Alright. Speak with Khan Isera. Where was that exactly? That was... Well, it is in Old Gridania. So let's head off that way first. Sorry, it's just doing something on my own. Back to Old Gridania, and she is... Oh! Oh, right on Africa's altar. Oh, right, I have to talk to someone to get there. That's right. Silent Conjurer. The other Scions have already arrived, sir. May I show you in? Oh, everyone's here already? Oh, I think it's just Papa Limo and... Yeah. Just Papa Limo and Ida are here. That's what it was. Hi, guys. Oh, there's Kuplo Cop. Hi. Please, you have to stop them. But you mustn't kill them. They're not bad, Moogles, Kupo. They're just misguided. A gentle, no, firm thrashing is in order. Yes, but no. Calm yourself, Kuplo Cop. Can you not see that he hasn't the faintest idea what you're talking about? Be quiet this instant. Pray forgive his witless outburst, sister. Most grateful I am that you have come, Dexter, and upon such short notice. Truly, Gridania could not wish for a more stalwart ally. But you are doubtless eager to know wherefore we summoned you. Our friend Kuplo Cop has brought to us news of a most unsettling development. It would seem that good King Moogle Mog the 12th has returned to Eorzea. That's bad? A curious thing to hear, I know. Truth to tell, I myself cannot say for sure if he is a genuine figure from history or some manifestation of Moogle mythology. Kuplo here would have me believe the former. Once upon a time, we Moogles served the gods in the heavens. It was quite nice up there. Unspeakably beautiful, unimaginably spacious, and with a literal endless supply of wine, Kupo. In spite of this, or possibly because of the last part, the gods eventually became discontented and started squabbling, which made life jolly difficult for the poor Moogles. So, good King Moogle Mog the 12th, may his glorious name live forever, decreed that the time had come to leave Kupo. The realm of man would suffice, he said, so all the Moogles should live there instead. Unfortunately, the two realms are so far apart that we couldn't safely fly down. But good King Moogle Mog the 12th, may his miraculous foresight ever be praised, knew exactly what to do, Kupo. He had a rope, you see, the longest one ever woven. This he nobly held while the subjects climbed all the way down to the world below. And that is how we Moogles came to this land, Kupo. All of us except good King Moogle Mog the 12th. May his courageous sacrifice ever be forgotten. Never be forgotten. He alone would remain in the heavens so that the Moogle kind might at least know peace. At last, know peace. I just read that incorrectly. Except that he was not to remain in the heavens, from what I understand. That being your reason for contacting us, yes? I'll bet he tied the rope to something. Good thinking. Remind me again what the problem was with him returning to Eorzea? Yeah, because I don't know what the problem is either. The problem, Ida, lies in the fact that he was summoned. Oh. It is our belief that good King Moogle Mog the 12th is a myth made manifest via means akin to those employed by the beast tribes in the summoning of their gods. So this Moogle Mog the 12th is a primal then? Oh. Wait. You're saying a handful of Moogles with a boatload of crystals wished really, really hard and he just sort of appeared? Would that even work? What I cannot fathom is why they even try. With Garuda humbled and the Ultima weapon destroyed, what new threat could have prompted them to take such a drastic measure? Might that not itself be the answer? Twice in the last half decade, Eorzea has been brought onto the very brink of destruction, only to be spared at the last by the heroics of a chosen few. To you who have braved those tempests and survived by virtue of your own strength, This latest period of peace will doubtless seem a welcome respite. But to those who had not the power to defend themselves, who were spared only by another's grace, this is merely the calm before the storm. I think the Moogles Guard are afraid. Afraid of what tomorrow will bring, and that things may not end so well as they did yesterday. That fear has driven them all to call upon a greater power, one they believe will be relied upon to protect their loved ones in their homes, come what may. I assure you, the Moogles Guard only want to protect the forest from outsiders, but ever since the return of good King Mooglemog XII, may his boundless grace fill our hearts with love, they started to get a little carried away, Kupo, verging on a lot, in fact. Like the sylphs who summoned Ramu, you mean? I'm sorry, the who that summoned what now? Sylphs summoned Ramu? When was this? And Ramu's related to the sylphs? What? We cannot discount the possibility that this entity is influencing the Moogles in a manner similar to that of our primal. We share the same concern. Whoever or whatever the king may be, it is our belief that he possesses a threat not only to Moogle kind, but to Gridania as a whole. Thus do we beseech you, Dexter, confront good King Mooglemog XII and drive him from our midst. I mean, I'll try. Humbly, I do thank you. The sanctuary of the Moogles Guard and their liege lord is concealed by magical wards. Brother Isumi Yan of the Conjurer's Guild will doubtless be able to offer insight on how they might be dispelled. Pray seek his counsel ere you proceed any further. I shall. I have had dealings with him before. Plenty of dealings, so I know exactly where he is. He is over by the Conjurer's Guild, of course. So we shall head there. By sprinting. Interesting, I have to interact with this to leave? Okay. Oh yeah, I needed to talk to someone to access it. That's weird. So where is the entrance exactly? Is it through this patch here? That doesn't seem right. I guess it... Oh. I guess it would be that direction then? The way to the altar? Alright, let's go talk to Brother Isumi Yan. Over by the Conjurer's Guild, which is right here. How fitting. Yeah, how fitting that Nafika's altar... Wait. That wasn't called Nafika's altar, was it? Shoot, I can't remember. I feel dumb for not remembering names that I just saw. And you have something that I haven't done yet. What is that? Unicorn power? What's this? Well, I need to be a conjurer for that. That's weird. I didn't see that before. I'll have to look into that later. But for now, Guildmaster Isumi Yan. Welcome, Dexter. Welcome. That you should be the one to face good King Mooglemog XII is a great comfort, to me and to the elementals both. As I'm sure you know, the Moogles are not by their nature a warlike race, yet should the king be suffered to remain, it is like that his influence will bring about a change in them. Thus does it behoove us to defeat him quickly, before any lasting damage is done. Make whatever preparations you deem necessary, and inform me when you're ready to seek the king. Okay. More bracelets of stuff that I'm not going to be doing with anytime soon, so more bronze pieces, thank you. Alright. Brother Isumi Yan, you have selected Regicide. Brother Isumi Yan would unfold to you the secrets of good King Mooglemog XII's magical defenses. The wards barring access to the king's sanctuary can only be nullified through the use of enchanted keystones, the selfsame method employed 5 years ago when first the king was summoned to Eorzea. He was summoned even then? It was with great regret that we were forced to sanction the slaying of the guardians who then held the keystones, for none were in our possession at the time. By the grace of the elementals, however, we have been spared that burden on this occasion. Kuplo Kop confided in me that he had been entrusted with a set of keystones by the Moogles Guard themselves. Yet, wishing not to betray their confidence, he begged me to find some other means to gain entry to the king's sanctum. Alas, I have been unable to do so, and dare not labor any longer, for fear that the Moogles might succumb to the corrupting influence of their liege lord. We must needs have Kublai Kop's keystones, Dexter. Pray go to him and beg his assistance. He awaits you at Wet Shore Pier. Impress upon him our great need, and I'm certain he will yield. Okie dokie. Oh, you have something else too. What is this? One night in Amtapur? Again, I'll worry about that later. Alright, let's go. Gotta go talk to Kublai Kop over by the pier? Ah, over by the Lancers Guild, of course. Unfortunately, it takes too long to get Netherite from here. Whee! Where is it? Right here. Pardon me, coming through. Oh, nope, I want that. This. I want to go to Lancer's Guild. There you are, Kublai Kop. I must sprechen thee with thee about things in your possession. So, how will you do it, Kupo? Oh, he told you about that. Well, if there truly is no other way, I'll do it, Kupo. Take the ferry to Sweet Bloom Pier. I'll go on ahead. Okay, Sweet Bloom Pier. Oh, talk to Kublai Kop at Sweet Bloom Pier. All right, let's go. So where did you go? Oh, you are. Hi. Those are some big Moogles. Don't you dare lie to me, Kupo. I know what you're planning, and I won't allow it. Open your eyes, Kupo. The king will never be satisfied, no matter how many crystals you bring him. Pardon me, may I interrupt? We offered you a choice, and this is how you repay us? By consorting with this Lalafell? Imperials, Gridanians, Sylphs, you're no different from the rest of them. Actually, you're worse, Kupo! Traitor to this Kins Moogles! He plots treason against the crown! Enough! Kublai Kop will answer for his crimes soon enough, as will all who defy the will of good King Moogle Mog the 12th. May he reign forevermore, Kupo! We're not gonna fight you? I kinda wanted to. Kinda. The king is planning to purge the 12's of his enemies, Kupo. We've got to stop him before it's too late. I am in agreement. So, let's go do that. You lead the way, Kublai Kop. The entrance to Thorn March... Thorn March? Yeah, entrance to Thorn March is deep within the Bramble Patch, Kupo. If you take me there, I can nullify the ward. But be warned, the Moogles guard has set traps to lure enchanted beasts. I can't hide from them, so you'll need to protect me, Kupo. Escort Kublai Kop safely to the warded entrance. Should you fail to defend him, or move too far away, he will return to Sweet Bloom Pier, where you may rendezvous with him before trying again. Okay. Are you actually going to follow behind me? Yep, you are. So, I have to make sure that nothing is going to interfere. Hostile presence! Ah! Malevolent fungus! Come here, you! No, you come after me, stupid! Almost halfway. No, are halfway. Ow! Don't bump me. How about this? Bang! That's what you get. Alright, let's continue. So, can I just go straight through here? I guess so. You still there? Yeah, okay, I was running a little too quickly. Sorry. Let's get closer. Pardon me? How dare you walk through me like that, jerk? Alright, continue. Oh! Oh, hello! Okay, got all of you. All of you, come after me, please. Why are you not coming after me? I do have this act. Oh, I didn't have it active. Oh, shoot. I thought I had it active. Whoops. I wasn't paying attention. And you. There. I was wondering why that wasn't happening. Sorry about that, Kupla Cop. I didn't realize I didn't have it active. Whoops. My bad. Another hostile presence. Galago! Come here, you! Are you the only one? Ow! Jerk. Good thing you're the only one, it looks like. Stop slapping me, you jerk. And big hit! Bang! Oh, it wasn't enough. Oh, that was. Nice. Okay, continuing on. Does something show up here? Yes, it does. Ah! Hello! Oh, there's one behind me, too. Oh, no. You come after me. Woo! What are you doing? No! You fight me! Why do you keep going after him? You're supposed to come after me, stupid. There we go. So far, so good. Woo! And now, you. And, oh, didn't need enough for a big hit. Good. You okay, buddy? Good, you're healing back up. Whew. Didn't realize it would be this harrowing. So, we continue this way. Yeah, good. Avoid these boars. You don't want to have to fight more stuff while I continue on. What decides to show up this time? If anything. Good, still there. Let's see. What does decide to show up? Looks like I have to head up this way next. You still there? Yes, good. I'm assuming something is going to show up as soon as I get towards this big log. Yep, still here. Yep, there it is. Oh, there's some behind me too. Hi. Get you. And you. And you. You're all supposed to come after me, please. No! What are you doing? Don't go after Kupla Cop, you jerks. And I got hit by that. Or did I? I did not. I thought I would. Woo! Make sure they're not facing Kupla Cop. So far, so good. Okay, now it's just you. You okay, Kupla Cop? Good. All of your statuses are gone. Big hit. Oh, never mind. Died a little too quickly. You okay, Kupla Cop? There, no longer paralyzed or poisoned. Good. Okie dokie. What? Where are we gonna... Oh, over here. You okay? Okay, good. There's the barrier threshold. Hurry, hurry! I am. Just want to make sure you don't get too far behind me, because I want to make sure you don't go all the way back. Alright, we're here. We're here, Kupo. I don't see any more beasts, do you? I guess not. Alright. Are you ready to face the king, Kupo? Then step closer to the ward. Raise your hand and focus. Like when you attune to an aetherites, Kupo. I'll open the way for you. Alright, let us attune to this barrier threshold. Oh? Looks like we did it, I think, right? The rest is up to you, Kupo. Now go and teach those foolish Moogles a lesson and send the king back whence he came. Oh, Thornmarch hard? Why is it hard? Why isn't it not just Thornmarch? This is the first time I've interacted with this. Okay. Off to... Oh. Wonder why that symbol is there next to Porta Decumana. Alright, sorry. Thornmarch. Let's go into this. Join. Oh, but first I need to actually make sure I have something to eat. What would be a good thing? What did I see earlier? I saw Knight's Bread. Tenacity, Vitality, and Skill Speed. Let's use that. There we go. So now I play the waiting game to make my way into Thornmarch. Again, I don't know why it's listed as hard. I don't know if that means it's something else I'm supposed to be doing or what. Let's see. Is there anything? Duty finder. Yeah, the only one I saw was this. So I don't know what else it could be. Also, I'm noticing symbols here. What are those symbols for? It doesn't want to show me. Oh! Completion bonus? Ooh, so apparently doing this stuff gets me extra stuff. What is that extra stuff anyway? Irregular Tombstone of Verity. Only one in a few in existence, this Alagan tombstone contains a truth so profound it's said to inspire feelings of deep inadequacy in all those who attempt to comprehend it. Can be exchanged with itinerant Moogles for certain items. I don't know if I'll be doing any of that, but that sounds neat. Because I don't want to get, like, too over-leveled. Also, I know that some of these, like, take a long time to complete. Specifically, like, what was it, the Praetorium? I know that one takes a while to do, but that I can get more tombstones for that as well. But that's something I'll look into some other time. Also, there's some other things I haven't done yet, like Pharaoh's Sirius. Again, some other things to look into, because I don't know when would be a good time to do them. That might be a half-episode thing, once I eventually get into that. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. It's already been 2 minutes since I started. Since average wait time is less than 5 minutes. Hopefully it won't take too long. I don't know if heading back now will allow me to just warp right back to where I need to, or if it's just going to warp me right back here when I'm done. That might be what happens. So, I guess I just wait. How about you, Kuppla Cop? If anyone can slay good King Moogle Mog the 12th, maybe may he justly reign till the end of days, and save the 12's wood from his wrath, it's you, Kupo. Well, let's hope so, if I can get into it quickly enough. Maybe. Hello, other player! What kind of chocobo barding is that? Looks very ominous. Oh, and you also have that back. Oh, there we go! Ooh! Time to commence Thorn March! Oh! What? Party member withdrawn. Huh. Well, now I have to wait for someone else, apparently. Shoot. Oh, here we go. Now it can commence. Right? Yeah, here we go. Full party. Oh. I think this is... No, there was something else he did before that had 8 party members. Yeah, I like this music. It is the Moogles theme, yeah, right? Yeah. Kupo? Who in the 7 hells are they? Meddling adventurers, I'd wager. Moogles guard to arms! Defend the king, Kupo! Alright! Hello, everybody! Each of your parties defeat... Oh! Okay, so we're starting already? Okay, let's go! Back out a bit so I can actually see what I'm doing. Whoop! Don't want to get hit by that. Whee! That was surprisingly easy. Why was that so easy? Oh, hi! Should I go after this guy? How about that? Activate this. Make sure you're on me. I don't even know what you're doing. Evidently you're struggling with whatever it was. Okay, let me go after you. Make sure that's off because I don't want to be... Okay. Oh, you're down already. Oh, music's getting quicker. Hello. Oh, music is getting quicker. Let's take you guys down. Big hit. Good. So far, so good. Damage bonus. Keep that up. Are they close enough for me to be able to do thingy? Let's see. Maybe they are. I think they are. I am close enough. Nice, I can just do this. These guys are dying pretty quickly. Then again, we're not even fighting the king yet. That makes sense that these guys would be a bit weak. Big hit. Boom. Nice. Oh, hello. Shaggy Song? I'm just realizing these names. Pooksy Pico, the Shaggy Song. Whoa, what's this? Oh, okay, we just defeated it. Whoa. What's happening now? Oh, form up! Hail to the king, Koopo! Hail to the Koopo, I mean king. I like that one. Oh. Ooh. Hi! Can I target you? I can. You shall suffer for your transgressions against my subjects! Woo! Well, that kind of hurt. Here, let me just do some damage. Whoa, we have lyrics to this one? Let me just take out as many as I can. Right? Or do I take out these guys? I have no idea. Maybe? Oh, nope. Get away from that. Ah! What just happened? I can't move. Ah! Stop doing that. I have no idea what's happening. I have no idea what's actually happening. Stay away from that, whatever that... Ow. Oh, I took no damage from that? What is happening? Stuff is happening and I don't know what or why. Ow, I think. Again, this is all really weird. Woo. So, oh, some of them are taken down already. Do we need to take you out? Let's don't do that. Let's take you out. Pretty sure you're gonna do something. Ow! No idea what that was. It's difficult to pay attention to stuff. Just take you out. Almost. Kinda. Ow. Now you. And big hit. Bang. Nice. Now it's your turn. You get the big hits in, kinda. Well, not necessarily big hits. Okay, now it's you. You just hit it with a bell, I'm just realizing. Wait. Oh, shoot, I wasn't paying attention. Did we actually beat it? We actually beat it? How is that hard? I don't understand. I'm confused. Probably just as confused as these Moogles are. Or at least that black mage one looking one specifically. Okay. Neat. Everyone else left. Oh, I was gonna say, did everyone else leave? Nice. Hold up. Player, come and let me select things, please. Thank you. The healers are gone. Darn it. Let's do... sadly wasn't paying attention to anyone else, so I'll just say... Oh. I'll just do... yeah. That'll work, I guess. Since you're the only other one here. What else do we have here for loot? Ah! Still selecting stuff. I keep thinking it's gonna go somewhere else. Moonlit Moglobe? And then... oh, Mog Pond Coffer. Well, I guess I'll need the... oh, okay. I needed that and... read that, I guess? And I got the Moonlit Moglobe, too. Wow. Okay. Did no one else want them? I guess. Okay. I guess that's it. That was both easy and weird. I have no idea what was happening. I didn't know if there was something I needed to do. I just smacked stuff. You did it, Koopo. You did it. Good King Moogle Mog the 12th, may his mighty soul rest in peace, is no more. just the I can't even think of the right terminology here. The disconnect between him being so praising and yet finding it good that he's dead is weird. I shudder to think what might have happened had you not stopped the Moogles guard when you did. Thank you, Dexter. Perhaps now they'll come to their senses and stop playing at fairy tales. Rest assured that the chieftain will have choice words for them too. You should go and tell Putney Pack that the king is no more, Kupo. She's with Ryo at Camp Tranquil and can relay the news to the chieftain. All the way back to Camp Tranquil? I don't have to go back to talk to Connie Senna about this? Okay, I can do that. Camp Tranquil! That is over by... Whoop. Missed entirely. Camp Tranquil. Of course, Camp Tranquil is over by Camp Tranquil. My mind is going weird places now because I can't... It's just weird stuff's happening. Okay, so where... Oh, you're up north. Aha! Over by where the White Mage quests are supposed to be, I think, right? Yeah, that's right. Ah, so yeah, right. I talked to the Moogles specifically, and they can refer to the chief, right? Is that it? Do I dare believe my ears? Good King Moogle Mog the 12th, may his magnificent virtue serve as an example to us all, has fallen? All Moogle kind owes you a debt, Kupo. Ah, and I sense Ryo wishes to congratulate you as well. I shall let you two speak without fear of interruption. Okay, thank you. I mean, I could have just done that myself, but sure, thank you. On the properties of primals, Ryo Ilsena wishes to congratulate you on your victory over good King Moogle Mog the 12th. Your bravery in service to the 12's and her Moogles shall not be forgotten, Dexter. My sister will doubtless wish to hear the tale of this great victory from the mouth of the man responsible. Pray return to the Lotus Stand and treat her to the successful account of... treat her to a full account of the day's events, while the details are fresh in your mind. Oh, I could have just gone straight there, right? Why are you making me do it that way? Okay, I can do that. Sure. It was called the Lotus Stand, not Nafika's Altar. What was I thinking of before? Nafika's Altar is the name of the place where the Conjurer's Guild is. Yeah. Now I remember remembering thingies and details from before. Conjurer's Guild. Yeah, this is Nafika's Altar. I was being dumb before. Alright, silent conjurer, I must speak with Connie Senna again. The Elder Seat Seer is expecting you, sir. May I show you in? Yes, thank you. Whee! I see you, Connie Senna. I must sprechen Sie with thee. How about good tidings? Dexter, you will return to us, unharmed and victorious. Thus have I two reasons to be glad. Yet many questions remain unanswered. If you would be so kind as to oblige me, I would fain hear all that occurred in Thornmarch. Well, you see, Moogles attacked. Then it as we feared. As you feared? The king really is a primal. But he really isn't, is he? I mean, the Moogles don't worship him for one thing. He's not even a god to them, except they keep revering him so highly. That doesn't sound like any primal I've ever heard of. Then mayhap the fault lies with the definition. The fact remains, though, that through a combination of the power contained in crystals and the force of their collective faith, the Moogles called forth a being that by rights should not exist. Moreover, when slain, then said being left no corpse, the ether which comprised him instead being scattered to the four winds. According to the accepted definition, he may not be a primal, but the mode of his manifestation was in every respect the same. Which means... Ascians. This whole business reeks of their handiwork. Kupapo? They said it was a masked man who had taught them how, years ago. But Gridania has no shortage of masked men, and I never thought to question. Confound it all! How many more will they ensnare with their tainted gifts? Too many, I fear. So long as there are any paragons to stir the embers, fools to build the pyre, and crystals to feed the flames, ever and again shall we suffer primal visitation. A somber thought. but a salutary one. My heartfelt thanks, Dexter. Already the information you have provided us has proven invaluable. The Grand Serpent Marshal and I have much to discuss. Oh, before you do, my lady, I was hoping we might finish discussing that other matter. The matter of which you speak has even now been settled. The Scions shall not want for support. We will be glad to send additional supplies to Revenant's Toll. We knew could count on you, my lady. While Ida and I remain to discuss the particulars of our arrangement with the Elder Seedseer, mayhap you could return to the Waking Sands and appraise the antecedent of all that has been transpired. I can't do that. Because I have the means. And that means being a threat ticket. Farewell, Kanisena. I might see you again soon. I don't know. Ida and Papaulimo, I'll see you guys later. Right? We're all gonna meet up at Revenant's Toll when this is done, yeah? I hope so. Whee! Might have taken less time for me to use a mount, but too late now. I'm here. Hi, Tadaru. Bye, Tadaru. Back to Waking Sands. And I just saw my feet and realized I was standing on nothing. I'm back. Entrance to the Solar. Enter the Solar. And speak with Minfilia. There we go. Took a while. It is good to see you hale and healthy. I keep wanting to say hale and hearty because of what Scrooge says in Kingdom Hearts 2. I received word from Ida and Papalima that you had felled good King Moogle XII, but I had hoped to hear from your version of the tale. So it was as they said, summoned with the same methods used by the Beast Tribes and taught by the Scions. Though unfortunate, this incident did at least serve to remind the Elder Seedseer of our usefulness. Her offer of additional support could not have come at a better time. My thanks, Dexter. Awesome. Oh, you have something else? What's this? The Gifted. Minfilia looks distressed in this. What's gonna happen? The time has come at last to leave Vesper Bay, and Minfilia would appraise you the final details of the move. And what do I get here? Void Scent Blood. Owing to the tireless efforts of all concerned, we are at long last ready to bid farewell to Vesper Bay. Why does the thing with the Moogles feel like it was like some kind of side quest? So as to avoid drawing undue attention, we should... Oh wow, pardon me. We shall make the journey to Revenant's Toll in small groups, departing at irregular intervals. Lest you doubt, it is still my intention to conduct future operations openly, but in this particular occasion, the need for caution overrides all other concerns. To move north as one ponderous caravan would only serve to initiate attack. That's true. It seemed only right that I should be the last to leave, and I would have you remain with me until the end, Dexter. Why me specifically? I've been with you guys less than other people. Why wouldn't they be better? Upon my departure, the Waking Sands will formally cease to be our headquarters, and the premises will be given into the care of Urianger. Urianger is going to take over? Why isn't he the one staying then? I had thought to relinquish the property, but he was quite adamant, and I had not the heart to disagree. These walls have borne witness to some of the brightest and darkest moments of our Order's history. Mayhap it is best that we not forsake them entirely. Good sentiment, good sentiment. Urianger shall remain here and devote his energies to studying the nature of primals. By the grace of the 12, he will one day discover the permanent solution that we have sought for so long. Of course, he will not be alone. Alice shall continue to work closely with him as well. Hey, Alice! Haven't heard from her in a while. Should they require your assistance, I have their assurances they will not hesitate to contact us. Speaking of Urianger, would you inquire with him if any tasks remain undone? Inquire of him if any tasks remain undone. I cannot escape the feeling that I have forgotten something. Something important. What important thingy could that be? Me wonders as I walk away from her. potentially leaving her to danger given what the image of the quest showed me. But alright, fine. Orion J. I must sprechen Sie with you, apparently. Papalymus here, but where's Ida? Ida! Ida! Oh, I don't see her. Is she out somewhere? Just when we dared to believe the peace had arrived, another primal awakens. I say, has there ever been rest for the weary? You're not even going to mention Alice, that Ida's not here? Fine. I pout. Whoa. Orion J. So, what's up? Thou art ever welcome, Dexter, but I require no assistance. Pray take thy leave unburdened by concern for my well-being. Verily, thy countenance bespeakest a desire to quit this place without further delay. Mayhap you thinkest this chapter of our tale concluded, that these halls should rightly be consigned to the annals of history. In man's eagerness to seize the future, how readily he doth set down the past. Full many a proud pioneer hath bravely stridden into the great unknown, only to find there the banner of his ancestor, faded by the eons. And still man glorieth at his discoveries. 'Tis through his pride that wisdom doth ever give way to ignorance, while they who lurk in shadow remain hidden, lost no sooner than they are found. Okay. Why did that sound so cryptic? Be not offended, Dexter. Thy conduct hath ever been beyond reproach. Despite thy surpassing strength and all thy many victories, thou hast never been so conceived of thine own greatness as to imagine thyself above the failings of thy forebearers. Mayhap it is the echo which hath opened thine eyes to the lessons of history. Would that the same could be said of... Said of who? Or what? Ah! Oh, I knew that was going to happen! Whence came that cry? The Solar! 12 forfend, the antecedent! That's what I got for leaving her for like 5 seconds. God damn it. Midfilia, are you okay? Oh. Uh-oh. Dexter, you must... I must... What? Oh. Getting a aneurysm again. Oh, that's right. I can see the past temporarily. Tell me, Louisoix, would you have done the same? Louisoix Louviere was a remarkable man, wise beyond mortal measure. Would that I had met him prior to his passing. Oh, goody, Xehanort's back. Oh, it's white Xehanort, so that's Xemnas then. An Ascian here? How? How readily you see. Yeah, I read that correctly. You are indeed gifted, antecedent. But you are not like the others. Your robes. Gifted, but ignorant. Yet I shall not judge you harshly. The fault lies with your forebearers. It has been millennia. You've existed for a long time, Xemnas. Mine are the robes of an emissary. Unlike he who came before, I have no quarrel with you. Oh, you're speaking plainly now. He who... You speak of La Habrea. La Habrea is a warrior. He fought. He fell. Oh, did we actually kill him? I thought he just disappeared after that. He may yet learn from his mistakes. Oh, okay. So we felled him but didn't kill him. I see. Then he is still... Come, I only confirm that which you already knew. There is no cessation, no oblivion, only expulsion. Expulsion from what? What are... Oh, Totoro, what's gonna happen to you? We are ready when you are, my lady, if there's nothing else. Is something the matter? You can't see him, can you? No! Oh, shit. I feel the same way. After everything that's happened here, it feels strange to leave, but I'm sure we'll soon get used to Revenant's toll. Well, I'll let you say your goodbyes. Take as long as you like, my lady. We shall depart whenever you're ready. It is only to be expected. She lacks the gift and the knowledge both. To her, we are indistinct. I do not understand. Shadowless, fleshless, formless. What truth there is in each tale is diluted by time and telling. Knowledge dictates expectation, and expectation colors perception. Thus did she perceive not. So it is with all but a chosen few. Even you, when young, could not yet see with eyes unclouded. You know nothing about me. Nothing. The gift grants you clarity. It grants you focus. With it, you may in time come to see us as we are, rather than this crude approximation. Oh, so you don't actually look like this? Oh, boy. La Habrea did not think so highly of the Echo. La Habrea is wrong about a great many things. The Echo is indeed a gift, albeit one you have yet to master. And if we did, there would be no strife between our peoples, for we would be of one mind. I leave as I came, in peace, antecedent. May we meet again as friends. Given how your people are acting, I don't think we will. Wait! Stay where you are! There! Oh. Ah. That must have been the scream I heard. Mayhap I was indelicate. This was a mercy. She shields her children from his grace with such resolve. Was it also by her hand that you survived the ardor, I wonder? Okay, bye. Ass. I take it there is no need to explain. I wasn't even gonna help her up? I'm kind of an ass myself. Save your concern. He did me no lasting harm. We are sure about that. Whatever his intention was, it was not to kill. Again, we don't know that. You could, like, die in a few days later. I heard a cry. What happened? Are you alright? You look faint. Do you need to lie down? I could fit you a flask of my special tonic. Oriange, send word to the students of Baldessian. Tell them to scour the archives, the forbidden tomes in particular. If there is any reference to an Ascian robed in white, however oblique, I would know of it. An Ascian, my lady? What was it that gave you cause to cry out? Oh, was that gave you cause to cry out? I did but moments ago glimpse a figure clad in white set forth from the waking sands. Yet Ascians are wont to employ teleportation magics. Why would one be so brazen? I know not and care not. Find him, Dexter. Turn every stone in Vesper Bay if you have to. Yes, ma'am. Pray attend me, Totoro. Oh, help him look for books, right. So, wants me to be able to go scour the place for the white-robed Ascian. Okay, I shall do so. Once I'm able to actually get out of the Waking Sands, that would be a good idea. And there's nothing else in here, right? Oh, except for that quest that I somehow missed. What? I'll worry about that later, because I'm pretty sure, given what was said earlier, Urianger is going to be here for a while still. So I'll worry about that later. For now, I need to go find evidence of where this robed Essien went. And it's actually just over here in the courtyard. Oh. It's literally just standing right here. He's just standing there, menacingly. So, let's see what you have to say about yourself. I am told that you are the warrior of light, but I would know for myself. You gonna attack me too? I shall walk north, and you may choose to follow. Know, however, that you will be waylaid if you do. You may even perish. Should you survive, we will speak anon. Okay. I might even perish? Well, I'm pretty sure that yeah, I'm gonna have to fight. Of course I'm gonna have to fight some stuff. I just wasn't sure if the stuff I was gonna fight was just gonna be the regular stuff on the way. But nope. I am being judged! Time for your judgment! Also, I didn't have this active. That'd be a good idea. Even though I don't need to since I'm the only target anyway. Ow! Wrong buttons. There we go. Take you all down real quick like. Yes. Come on, you little British ships. Go down already. Ow. Okay, there we go. Now it's your turn. Follow the White Regressian 1 of 3 complete. And last one. Why did I put my axe away? That was weird. Or did I? Not entirely sure. There. Dead. All gone. Alright, next up. Continuing in... Oh, not yet ready. Darn it. Oh, now it is. We'll cast it 1 second too early. So, what do they want me to fight next? Is it going to be more imps? Let's see. Oh, it's a gargoyle this time. Hi. Come here, jerk. First of all, bang. You're a big guy, so I'm actually going to get the damage bonus in first. There we go. And now, more combos. Like that. Another big hit. Bang. I'm getting low, slightly low on health. Let me recover a little bit before I kill you. Nice. Then continue north again. Outside of the cave. Ah, it's not ready yet. 7 seconds. Past all these goblins. Oh, just goblins. I thought they were called bull goblins for some reason. Why did I think that? Oh, Yara's on scavenger. But you're not what I need to fight. More gnarled gargoyles. Hi. Now you. Good. And let's do this. Whee! Alright, you. Actually, let me get the damage bonus up first. Do this, and then damage bonus. Now I can do these. Yeah, that works. And then this, and then maybe a little bit of this, and then some of this. And then maybe that. Why not? And then you. My final quarry, maybe, hopefully. I don't know if it's actually going to be my last one. Damage bonus! Bang! One more attack. Oh, nope. Gotcha. One more? Yeah, all the way to the north, it looks like. Let's go above these guys. Let's see, where is the... Okay, it's over by these toads. There you are, right, white-robed Essien. Get past this toad. I'm being judged! Ah! Thaumaturgus! I need to take you on one at a time, because you guys are pretty weak, physically. Ow! Stop chucking rocks and fire at me! That hurts! Now it's you! Get some health back. Big hit! Bang! One more attack should be enough. There we go. And now you... Oh, there was 4 of them. I didn't see that. Good. So far, so good. Oh, one of them's a conjurer. I didn't realize that. Well, now you get the big hit. Oh, I just got wind bited. How dare you? Or, sorry, arrowed. Well, I have been judged. Did I pass? Let us find out. Remarkable. Truly remarkable. I thank you for granting me this indulgence. You wanted me to do that? None save who have bested La Habrea could endure such an examination. That was cake compared to what I had the ultimate weapon. Have the laws of man grown so twisted in my absence that it is now permitted to lay hands upon an emissary? You bore witness to my audience with the antecedent, did you not? Then you know I acted only in self-defense. I realize the same cannot be said of La Habrea. Even amongst his brethren, he is considered unique. Nevertheless, I cannot wholly condemn his misdeeds, for through them we discovered you, one so strong in the gift that he could cast us out. Your mother favors you still, that much is plain. But surely you must feel it. Her influence wanes, and her strength shall soon be spent. Eidolon? Oh, shoot. These lands, these people, this world, all shall soon change. As it was, so shall it be again. As it should always have been. Doubt my claims and question my motives, if you will. Only believe me when I say this. I am Elidibus, emissary, bearer of the word of the one true God, and we shall meet again. Elidibus, that sounds familiar. I don't know why that sounds familiar. Shoot. Something else Final Fantasy related. Not to this game, though. I just wish I could remember what that was. Oh, okay, he just blinked out of existence for a moment there. Okay, back to the Waking Sands again. I can just mount up. Let's go, Maggie. Gotta report to Minfilia that man has been taken care of. Kinda. Or he won't bother us again for a while, at least. Go over these. Probably should have just gone through the tunnel. It might have been... Well, it might not have taken as long. I don't know. Maybe? I'm not sure. Oh, wait. For some reason, I thought that I had to talk to someone outside. But no, I have to go back inside. To go back and report to Minfilia inside the Waking Sand. That's right. Man, I'm zoomed out a lot. Okay, there we go. That's better. A little more personal with all this stuff. Get less personal when I have to fight stuff. Minfilia, man has been taken care of, kinda. Thank the gods you've returned, Dexter. After you left, I began to worry that I might have sent you to your doom. I take it our visitor proved elusive. Yeah. Beg pardon? He was waiting for you? What did you do? What did he say? As it was, so shall it be. Of when does he speak? And of what exactly? The words of this Elidibus portend much, but reveal nothing, save perhaps a measure of disdain for La Habrea. I had hoped for answers, but it seems I shall have to be content with a wealth of additional questions. Unfortunately. Yeah, sadly. So, what is it we do in the meantime, then? Build on the stone. Minfilia has a final favor to ask of you. Let us set aside the matter of this Ascian until after we have completed our move to the Rising Stones. There's but one final favor I would ask of you before I depart. I believe I mentioned before that my father was a member of the Alamegan Resistance. The truth, however, is more complicated than that. As far as the Empire knew, he was their spy. He maintained the deception for nigh on half a decade, furnishing the resistance with vital imperial secrets while feeding his paymasters subtly conceived misinformation. When he died some 15 years ago, my father left behind his journal, which I've closely guarded ever since. It contains every shred of information he and his agents could steal on what they believed to be the single greatest threat to Eorzea, the Primals. Its wisdom has guided me through the years, though there is much within I still do not understand. It's my hope that Urianger will fare better. Tell him to treat it with care. It is all I have left of my father. Definitely. And I'm just now realizing, despite looking at the current last cutscene, that the staff is gone from the back. That's right. She packed up Louisoix's cane. Must be shipping it over to the new place. I saw it in the original cutscene, but didn't acknowledge it because of what was currently going on. I probably should have. Oh well. Too late now. I acknowledge it now, at least. Okay, Urianger. I have, Warburton's journal. Oh, that's his name. I thought thee departed. To what end dost thou linger? Well, Minfilia wanted me to give you her dad's journal. The father's final bequest. The daughter's lifelong labor. It is no small thing to surrender such a cherished memento. Well can I imagine the antecedent's pain. Upon mine honor, I swear to you, I swear to spare no effort in the study of these materials, lest my lady's sacrifice be in vain. That's good to know. I'm getting a reading. Dexter, this is Minfilia. Forgive me, but I could wait no longer. I have departed for the Rising Stones. Already? I thought you were going to leave together or something. If you have yet to, once you have given the journal to Urianger, I bid you come to the 7th Heaven in Revenant's Toll. Tataru will be there to show you inside our new headquarters. It was called the 7th Heaven? I didn't realize that. That's a neat little reference. Assuming you have already attuned to it, you may wish to make use of our new aetheryte at Revenant's Toll. After all, it's right on our doorstep. That it is. That makes it very handy. And you have another quest, right? What was it? The King Lives. Urianger wishes to speak with you about the royal return of good King Moogle Mog XII. Oh, Moggle Mog. I thought it was Moogle Mog. Amongst Moogle kind, the legend of good King Moogle Mog XII doth tell of a wise and magnanimous ruler. Alas, the entity thus summoned put the lie to this imagining with his brief and decidedly unpeaceful reign. 'Twas most disturbing for me to learn then that the Moogles Guard have once more succeeded in placing their manic potentate upon his thorny throne. Methinks the agents of chaos doth lurk in the shadows of this deed. Only with the Ascians' guileful intervention could they have called the king back from an ether with such haste. As ever, it falls to thee, to the blade born of light, to banish the Paragon's dark ambition from our realm. To 12 only know that what dire power doth corrupt the savior of these gentle forest folk. Thy name has been called, Dexter. The more moderate faction of the Moogles hath joined with the Order of the Twin Adder in an effort to open thee a path to the good king's domain. I bid thee make haste to the Adder's nest, and once more pledge thine aid in disposing this royal myth made flesh. Quest accepted. Back with, speak with Versailles again. Okay, I can do that real quick. Back into New Gridania. And bye, guys! I assume they're all gonna go meet up with me again when I go to Mordona. I hope that's the case. All right, gotta go speak to. Oh, yeah, this way. Here we go. Whee! Gotta go speak with Versailles again. Pardon me, everyone, coming through. Gotta go talk to this man again. Dexter of the Scions, glad I am to see you. I assume you have been appraised of the situation regarding the Moogle monarch? After your previous disposal of the king, Kublai approached the Moogles Guard and attempted to convince them of the error of their ways. Unfortunately, it appears his efforts at persuasion had rather the opposite effect. The royal sentries reportedly flew into a frenzy and focused their righteous indignation into the new summoning ritual. Mayhap it was the unwavering intensity of the Moogles' guard prayers, but the king has returned to the forest, enveloped in an almost blinding aura of majesty. Kubla Kop tells us that this dauntingly maniacal avatar has now taken to calling himself Great King Moogle Mog XII. Suffice to say that the Elder Seatseer is willing to condone the necessary act of regicide. Again? Okay. For the safety of all who dwell within the Twelveswood, it has been decided that the king must fall. A certain member of the Elder Seatseer's personal guard has already escorted Kubla Kop to the ward that shields the monarch's domain. Those among us with the ability to see Moogles are often in high demand. Wait, ability to see Moogles? You mean not everyone can see them? What? Considering the urgency of your mission, our leader felt it best to expedite matters. So that's an interesting lore thing, that not everyone can see Moogles? I thought everyone could. Pray make your preparations and set out as soon as you are able. Kubla Kop awaits you in the bramble patch in the East Shroud. Alright. Back into the bramble patch again, huh? I can't just teleport there, can I? Yes, I can. Over to... No, I don't need to teleport there. I can just, take the thingy over there. Take the ferry. That's what I was thinking of. All the way back to the main Aetheryte, so I can go over to the Lancers Guild, and then take the ship from there. Yes, that's what I wanted to do. Lancers Guild. Sprint just came off cooldown. Darn it. Or just deactivated. I mean, yeah. Couldn't think properly. Sorry. Skipper, I need to get across again. Passage to Sweet Bloom Pier, please. Thank you. And then... let's go, Sheba. We need to go look into more regicide again, apparently. Let's go. I'm getting better at humming that tune, at least. Alright, I'm here again. I wanted to get rid of that. Dismount. Nope. I guess I just do this, right? No, I need to go... Ah, yes. Talk to Kubla Kop again. That's what it was. Oh, I knew you'd come. At least, I was hoping, Kupo. Not long ago, I had a stern word with the Moogles Guard about the dangers of turning peasant fairy tales into disturbing reality, but they insisted that the intimidating force that is good King Moogle Mog XII, may his scepter of judgment ever command our respect, is exactly the sort of savior we need. The Moogles Guard are afraid, Kupo, afraid of how the forest has changed, afraid of the never-ending conflict, afraid that we Moogles have no place in this new world. I'm scared of all these things too, but the thought of unleashing our royal menace upon the Twelveswood scares me even more, Kupo. Please, you must deal with them firmly before this goes too far. A measured thrashing, of course, nothing too brutal. You can enter Thornmarch here, though the terror I've made in the through the terror I've made in the ward. Take care. Good fortune, and all the meantime, I'll go let the others know that Great King Moogle Mog XII, may his reign end with minimal bloodshed, will be vacating his throne, Kupo. Okie dokie. And you... oh, okay. Just you. Nice. The king lives, complete! Duty Finder has been updated with a new regular duty. Thornmarch Extreme. Accessible. I mean, if the hard one is actually pretty easy, I feel like the extreme one would be passable. Let's try it. Extreme with a party of other players? Yeah. Let's... oh, wait. Increasing item level? Oh. Each piece of gear in Eorzea is assigned a level to indicate its relative strength. The average IL of your currently equipped gear, including accessories, is an important value that can determine not only whether or not you'll have trouble in certain battles, but oftentimes whether or not you'll even be allowed to participate. Ooh. Your current average item level can be viewed at any time under character within the main menu. You'll soon find that maintaining a high average item level is the key to success in tackling Eorzea's myriad challenges. So I need to have average item level 80. What do I currently have? 67. Okay, so it's going to be a while then, because I have some of the best stuff I can have at this point. I did manage to get some equipment, but I'm waiting to see if I can actually complete spirit bonding with the stuff I currently have first. Which, oh, the rose gold bracelets are done. Oh, what was it I was going to equip instead of that? It was the dark light bracelet of fending, right? We actually finished materia extracting that first. And then what is it recommending actually? It recommends, yeah, the dark light bracelet of fending. Okay, let me equip that. Dark light bracelet of fending. That still only has me at level item level 67 though. Because it's item level 70. What was this one? Was this also 70? Yes. Okay, so that didn't change my the item level at all. So I can't do this for a while, unfortunately. Oh, I wonder if that actually means I need to do the same for the other primal side quests that they wanted me to do. Alright, so I'll have to do that some other time. Instead, I will return to Revenant's Toll to go speak with Tataru to complete this quest about transitioning into Revenant's Toll. Whee! Alright, I'm here, and I go talk to Tataru. Why are you just waiting outside? You're not gonna go in? Or were you waiting for me to show up? Yeah, so that was very nice of you. Oh, Dexter, you're here. Good, good. We're all wondering when you showed up. As I was just telling the receptionist here, I'm pleased to inform you that all the documents have been prepared and all signatures signed. The Rising Stones is officially yours. Yay, that's good. Splendid. From this day forward, I will spare no effort in seeing that this is as welcoming and comfortable a home as for us as the Waking Sands ever was. That said, this is all somewhat intimidating, is it not? So many unfamiliar places and unfamiliar faces. Take that odd-looking fellow over there, for example. He's been eyeing us most suspiciously ever since we arrived. I can't help but wonder if we're truly safe here. What guy? Ooh, that guy? Who is that guy? Ah, that man? Can't say I've spoken to him myself, but rumor has it he's come to hunt for ancient treasures in the Crystal Tower. The what? Oh, the thing I've seen off in the distance, that's right. You've seen the structure I speak of, no? It'd be hard to miss it. That massive pillar of shining crystal that looms high over the land just to the southeast of here. If the tales are to be believed, it's a remnant of some ancient civilization. The details remain a mystery, and that's no doubt why it's drawn adventurers and scholars from all over looking to unearth its secrets. I would like to do the same eventually. The man over there is no exception, and if my instincts are true, he knows more than most. If you're curious about the tower yourself, you could do worse than talk to him and see what he knows. Why, if I weren't otherwise occupied with my duties here, I'd have half a mind to join you. I mean, just look at it. I can scarce begin to imagine what wonders lie inside. Same here, buddy. Why, that's wonderful to hear. Rest assured that this receptionist will work just as hard to see that our efforts do not skip a beat despite the relocation. And with that, Dexter, I do believe it's time you officially announced your presence to everyone inside. The antecedent and the others will surely be overjoyed to see you. I'm certain they would. I would like to see them as well. Unfortunately, I haven't been here long enough to see... Oh. The Crystal Tower quest series is now available from the Outlandish Man. Okay. In order to progress in the main scenario, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower series. Oh. So it's not just side quests, it's actual something I need to do. While you are granted a respite from your duties as a Scion, use your time to probe the depths of the Crystal Tower and see what ancient secrets may be gleaned. Wonder why it's required. Well, first of all, I gotta go complete stuff with getting back here. As I was saying, I haven't been here long enough to see if maybe these new banners are new. So I don't know if these are related to our new organization or not. Regardless, time to go see. Oh, yeah, there's some quests in here as well. But first, we need to go into the Rising Stones entrance. Oh, hi, Tataru. Welcome to our new home, The rising stones. Isn't it lovely? But why are you standing out here talking to me? Everyone's waiting for you inside. Alright, I will. No need to be pushy. I know she's not, but still. Being more, what's the term? Animated, maybe? Oh! Okay, so the people are already here. You see Stola. Ah, Falaman is here too, as a... wow, I can't even think of the right term. Bartender? There's Thancred. I see anyone else here I recognize? Oh, who's back there? No one I recognize. Ah! Papalimo and Ida, and who the heck? Hoary Boulder. Why does that name sound familiar? I don't know why. It's weird. Is anyone else back here? No? It's just the three of you? I figured... Oh, wait, no. Urianger would be back at the Waking Sands. That's right. He wouldn't be here, would he? And there's Alphino. And of course, into the... Actually, no, wait, no. I want to go talk to everyone first. I haven't done that in a while. I haven't just talked to people. I should. Hey, Ashtola. First person I met here from the Scions. As you can see, our Charlean allies have furnished us with a wealth of new tomes. It would be prudent for you to broaden your knowledge as well. Well, I'm currently not a scholar or a summoner, so that's not really pertinent to me at the moment, but thank you for the reminder that I should do that sometime soon. Thancred. Hi. As ravishing as ever. Perhaps for old time's sake, she should... Gods, Dexter, don't sneak up on me like that. We bards are easily startled lot. Why would you even use that term? Who are you talking to? Really? Falaman? You're kidding. I have no idea. I have no words for you. Hey, guys. Hey, Ida. I love the smell of victory in the morning. It smells like sweat. No. Muntoy sauce. No? Victory. Yeah, victory. And Papalimo. So here we are, completely independent and unquestionably neutral, or at least more so than before. Truth be told, I cannot say it feels that different. Of course, Ida begs to differ. Of course she does. She, differs from your thought process all the time. And who exactly are you? The horror. The horror. Oh! She was talking about victory before. Were you two fighting earlier? And she beat you? Oh, okay. Huh. Wonder if you're gonna be related to something. You have a name, so I'm assuming you will. Neat. Ah, yes. Falaman. Oh? You wish to help? That's very kind of you, but I can manage on my own. Besides, you should be out having grand adventures, not withering away here with me. I mean, I would love to help if I could. I mean, I do have other duties, unfortunately. I don't remember if I talked to you before. Colinet? Cotinet. I did not realize the Scions had moved until I arrived in Vesper Bay. Thankfully, Urianger was kind enough to direct me here. Oh, you weren't even aware we were moving? I know I've only just joined, but if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. I mean, Falaman might need help with something, I don't know. Maybe. Lastly, before we get into things, Alphino. Is it not wonderful, Dexter? Nary a single presumptuous merchant has darkened our door. I know full well they will come in time, but for now, let us enjoy the respite. Yeah, enjoy the respite. Now into the Solar to finally make this official. Minfilia, if you would. Taking in the sights of our new home. Well, it is certainly spacious. Yeah, more so than the old place, that's right. Oh, and they're here. Hi. And there's the staff. Today marks a new beginning for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. For today, we declare our independence. But we're already in August. This isn't July anymore. We shall henceforth be beholden to no nation, but serve all Eorzea's people, proudly and openly. But this does not mean we will sever our ties to the Eorzean alliance. On the contrary, the antecedent and I shall endeavor to strengthen them. Rest assured, however, that we shall not permit political considerations to influence our decisions. Our identity remains unchanged, as does our cause. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and our single purpose is to safeguard the future of Eorzea. To right. For Eorzea! Alright, so what's up now? A moment of your time, Dexter. I would speak of Elidibus. Oh yeah, that prick. Oop. Oh, Orianja, you're here too. Hi. Pardon the intrusion, my lady, but the matter which bringeth me will admit to no delay. Mine every attempt to contact the students of Baldessian hath been met with silence. No one will respond? How odd. Allow me to try. No response. Surely they would not ignore us. They have never yet, my lady. I fear we must assume the worst. No. No, I will not believe it. An outpost, perhaps, but not their headquarters. Their wards are beyond circumvention. Had they come under attack, they would most certainly have raised the alarm. None could have penetrated their sanctum unnoticed. But for those who lack the gift and the knowledge of both. Oh no. Contact their agents in the field at once. If aught has befallen the students of Baldessian, they must know of it, or may know of it. Though the thought of it pains me, still much time as we have... until such time as we have evidence to the contrary, we can but assume the worst. Accordingly, we must needs seek another source of information on Elidibus. 'Tis possible that others in the homeland are possessed of such knowledge. Be fairly warned, however. They are unlike to wield it unconditionally. Do what you must. Yet another unforeseen and unwelcome development. What could be next, I wonder? A visit from a crimson-clad Ascian, perhaps? Or Ogre? Or Puce? And which of our allies has then fallen silent? Oh, which of our allies will then fall silent? For a time, I thought we had gained the upper hand. When you shattered the Crystal of Darkness and cast out La Habrea, I dared to hope that we had found a way to rid ourselves of the Ascian menace. But I was wrong. He endures, and may yet return. Upon that point, I have no doubt that Elidibus spoke true. Yet there must be a way to destroy them utterly, a way to spare this world of their unholy machinations. I dare not consider the alternative. There are forces at work here we do not understand, Dexter. I discern them all around, in disturbances too great and too numerous to be dismissed as mere coincidence. Doubtless the Paragons are involved, but how and what end is far from clear. I know not what will come, but I do know that we will rise and meet it as one. Yes, we shall. Ah, my stalwart hero, your face is a picture of resolve. I know you will be ready for when the time comes. With luck, however, that will not be for a while yet. Pray return to your private affairs with my blessing. Should anything arise, you will be informed. Kryl, where are you? Kryl? From Final Fantasy V? Kryl? What's she doing in this game? Who's walking? Who's stepping? Oh, Elidibus again. No intercession was not foretold. Your intercession was not foretold. What is this place? I saw this at the end of the credits from the last time. You object? We question. Our plans are in motion. Your intentions unclear. They survived the Seventh Order and are stronger now in the gift. Does that not intrigue you? No, it does not. Serve as you will, so too shall I. We labored not at cross purposes. The wisdom of his plan shall become apparent in time, when the veil is lifted from their eyes. And at long last, they see. See what? I guess I'll have to find out some other time. Quest complete! A realm awoken! Ooh. So, what else do you have for me? Still Waters. Minfilia has a new assignment for you. Ooh, want to get stuff? Hero's Earrings offending. Ooh, Hero's Earrings. Item level 90. Ooh, that might work. Eventually, of course. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from a Magina and Sons mineral concern. All the way in Old What's up? It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Of course. Minor as they are seen in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I need hardly tell you what that may imply. Someone looking to someone. Someone looking to summon. That's what I was trying to say. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as of yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by the lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there's even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest, but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Istola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Let's hope so. I doubt it's going to be the case, but we can be hopeful. Right? There we go. Okay, so off to Horizon. Off to Horizon. There we go. And bye, Minfilia. I'll be back. So, there you are, Istola. Right where I thought you'd be. Or not where I thought you'd be, but right within my peripheral as soon as I get here. So, is Thancred out on mission right now? Is that what's happening? Ah, Dexter, your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go in further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufulupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation. I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If I'd elude my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Maybe? So, Fufulupa. Aha, there you are. I see you off in the distance. Pardon me, I have a question. Do you have answer, perhaps? Oh, hello there. Dexter, was it? Istola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints in the Royal Alagan Sunway. The cart bolted off toward eastern Thanalan, where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. That's good to hear. A speeding carriage. That would seem a curious choice for thieves for such a proven cunning. Yet the Amalja do have a foothold in eastern Thanalan. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I failed to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I have come bearing disappointing news. Or, on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it? I happened upon a runaway carriage in the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the Breastblades intercept it. In all my years, I've never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they'd have ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Dexter. So they were shipping a crap ton of somnus. Was that it? So, any ideas on what to do now? Against all expectation, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals and in such quantities. It can't be that we're dealing with some simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we're missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Oryange of our progress, or lack thereof. And then something happens. Yes?
Now then.
Ooh, voice acting. I haven't heard this in a long time.
'Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toe.
And of course, Thancred would ask about how beautiful she is.
Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
Oh, something going on outside. A ship? With a person. 3 people specifically, and one of them is Mystery.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
I guess no one does? Maybe Urianger would be the closest one? Oh, come on, that was it! Ah. Well, at least I get stuff now, so let's see. It was the fending ones? Yeah, the other ones are for slaying and aiming. So yeah, fending. Thank you. So, can I see more of that cutscene, please? A final temptation. Thancred wishes to discuss how to proceed with the investigation. What do we got for these? Ah, these are for casting and healing. Darn it. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufalupa's brain again. Who knows? If we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Perhaps. Well, let's see if he does. Oh, but it's good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and have just set upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have not seen? How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufulupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there was someone amongst our own ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufulupa. Indeed. If for reasons of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such a shipment would surely be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not. But neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Mikote miner, traveling without escort as to not attract undue attention. But who? Ah, I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed, and this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerley. A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, Dexter? You lie in wait to the north, and I shall do the same to the south. Alright. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. Is it just me, or am I getting the sneaking suspicion that Fufulupa's involved? I don't know why. Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer some encouragement. Alright, we can certainly do that. So, I need to lie in wait for the thieves up... Oh, it's set up north, but I just have to wait to the south of here. Okay. Whee! Oh, right, that's right, because Hammerley's off in this direction. What am I thinking? Yeah. Hammerley... Oh, Hammerley's right here, actually. Okay. The bridge! That's right, so we're going to stop them here. Okay. I see. I see how this is going to work. Alright, destination! Let us stand watch for a very long time and hopefully, finally interact with whomever is causing this. Movement in the distance catches my eye. Hello, unknown ravagers! Why are you dressed like organization members? What is wrong with you? We'll give a damage bonus and then just do this. Overpower and Mithra Tempest combos! Ha 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 ha! Take you. There we go. Now it's just you. Stop punching me. It hurts. How about I do this instead? Bang! Oh, hey, there's more. Hello. How about you as well? Also, I didn't have this active. That'd be a good idea. Oh, I had to fight. Darn it. I'm an idiot. There we go. Not paying attention to the fact that I had it on this whole time. And one more attack. Bang. Any more? Okay, I'm good. So I just wait with Y'shtola here. Oh, you have a disguise as well. Very nice. Stubborn to the last, as expected. You're unharmed? They certainly aren't. A gang of sea wolf thieves, and in Thanalan no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Shooting star. Sorry, distracted. Sea wolves. All of them? Aye, and with all the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Why would they be... Yeah, I feel lost. Thancred, if you'll be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. Fufulupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Right. Okie dokie. Gotta go back and speak to Fufulupa. Whee! All the way back up. And through the gate. Fufulupa, there you are. And here's Thancred. Just to talk to you for a bit, because I haven't done that in a while. This tale does not require a bar's embellishment. Simply tell Fufulupa what transpired. Okay, fine. I'll do that. Easy enough. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Oh wow, you did already? Is that so? Then, by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. No, I'm afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... How did he manage that exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea wolf, Leminson born and raised, I believe. But don't worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me appraised of any developments. Well, this doesn't bode well. Yes? He's standing next to me. Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Yep. Alright, and that gives me stuff that I don't need for a long, long time, so I'll just get more silver pieces. Thank you. Quest complete! So what's it going to have me do now? I talked to Thancred again for this, apparently. The Mother of Exiles. Thancred has information on your next assignment, and I get a bunch of different dies as options. The antecedent bid me tell you to make way for Vesper Bay, where young Alphino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident? I'm not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alphino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous Brass Blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. Yeah, that's good to hear. Alright, so let's have Shiba be the one to escort us all the way over to Vesper Bay to see what... Oh, maybe we finally get to meet this person, this mystery individual. That must be it. Mother of Exiles. I wonder what that means in this case. Maybe this person we're going to talk to is looking for an exile who's a high-profile person? Maybe? I mean, that makes sense. Alright, so... Ah! There you are, Alphino! So, the person's not here, I take it. You are late. No matter. I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You're familiar with Doma, yes? In Othard? Well, like the rest of the nations of the eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale, and more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Uldad, Dexter. Unless I'm mistaken, and I rarely am mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with a Sultan sworn in the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings? Insurance. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some, and if not, who better than you to have on hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? I guess so? Besides, I do so enjoy our your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Ul'dah. Okie dokie. Time to teleport back to Ul'dah! I almost selected the wrong thing. I wanted to go directly to where it says Gridania. Whoops. That would have been embarrassing. Thankfully it wasn't. Okay, it's past 9 o'clock, so this is definitely the last quest I'm going to do for tonight. Let us head to the promenade. Which is... Aha! Over at the Chambers of Rule. Oh yeah, I gotta go past the Paladin guy first. Sorry, Jedlins, I'm not training with you today. I'll be training with you some other time, I just don't know when that's gonna be. Oh, they're refugees. Ah. Oh, so they are exiles. Okay. They're not looking for exiles. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A royal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Often a Levoyer, that's what it was, at your service. A friend. Which I believe makes me very nearly unique, in this part of the world at least. Few indeed are your allies in Ul'dah. Yet you will need some if you wish to endeavor yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associate at the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. Okay, back to the quicksand, which is all the way back in Vesper Bay, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, right, the quicksand. That's the Adventurers Guild. Okay, I can do that. Time to head back. Thankfully, it's not too far, but it kind of also is. Hi again, Genlins. I'm still not training today. Alright, Ether Shard over to Adventurers Guild. That's what I want. And then back inside and go see what this mystery person has to say and what it is they need help with. Where are you? There you are. Oh, I talked to Alphino about this, not this refugee leader. Was another player sitting in Alphino's seat? I only just realized what was happening there. And I'm sitting in a seat that another player was
We have
occupying.
traveled some several thousand miles across the sea from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
So your name is Yugiri. I was never told that. Okay, neat. Yugiri.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms. Only to be crushed. And so I gathered what few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
There were only 2 survivors? Ugh.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Uh-oh.
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Not good.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors.
Oh, okay, so there's more than just those two. Whew.
Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so.
Good.
I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
Figures.
The lords of Ul'dah are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Despite the fact that they did so for Alamigo?
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Ul'dah is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Ul'dah unnecessary disquiet.
I shall defer to your experience, then.
So what is it you're trying to hide, then?
I
Just-
thank you for
just
your
your-
understanding.
Just your appearance? I don't think that would be cause for alarm.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
With me? Okay. Okay, speak with Yugiri? Yeah. If I may, sir, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons. Wow, I didn't say that correctly at all, or weirdly, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them, I think. Suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg you for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Gentle sir, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Speak with Mamudi. Mamudi! There you are! So, what can you do to help? Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Dexter? Of course I'll help! You couldn't have picked a better day to tell the truth. A wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow, see, but just sent word that they can't come, meaning I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Go and call Friduri and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the Little Prince's order to the Wakened Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show them those letters. That should set them straight. Okay, deliver letter to Firidi and Catherine, both at Sapphire Avenue Exchange. All right. And if I remember, Sapphire Avenue Exchange is down this way. Yes? I hope I'm correct. I better be. Yes, I am. Cool. All right. Friduri first, the tradecraft merchant. She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momidi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. Well, how about this to tide you over? I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Okay, sure. We'll go with that. And Catherine, the potwatch. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions? Nope, the instructions are right here. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it, you mark my words. Okay, I've done what all I can do. I guess I'll just have to see if they're at least, well, I guess they're willing to just, no, they're unwilling, but they're doing it anyway. Because I told them to, or because Momidi told them to. Okay, go with that, I guess. Momidi, where'd you go? Nope, this way. Right? Nope, opposite side. Here we go. I thought it would be closer to one side than the other, but no, it was not. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Ugiri it's all in hand. Alright, I can do that. Where'd you go? You're still here. Hi! I dare not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momidi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Ugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with this reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, my Lady Ugiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words, and it's with words you must win with the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us in the Royal Promenade. Right. I'm just noticing that symbol that was on her arm. Wasn't that like one of the that seemed like a ninja symbol, like one of the symbols used for the hand sign. What were they called? Mudras? Yeah, those things. That might be related. Is she also a ninja? It makes sense given the garb. All right, so we're heading off to Chamber of Rule again. And then all the way across. Let's go around the other way this time, so don't run into Paladin guy again, whose name escapes me. Sorry. Genless. Wow, I forgot his name entirely. Ah, Raban is out in the open. Hi. Nope, I didn't want to talk to you. Darn it. I wish to greet our guests beforehand and offer my support for their cause. Doman, Ul'Dan, it matters not to me. Birthplace does not equate to birthright in mine eyes. I take great pride in my establishments for this very reason. The Platinum Mirage in particular serves as a showcase for the talents of countless men and women born beyond our borders. Alright, I wanted to actually talk to you, Roban. A pleasure, Dexter. The others are already inside. Let us not keep them waiting.
I, Ugiri of Doma, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Ugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Doma, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, Our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
Ah, of course. Capitalism.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees.
Yeah, it's true.
They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think. Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse. I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves.
What's so bad about that?
What were your words that day? Yes. The law is the law. And so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future. Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril. One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
And of course he leaves, but is he the only one? No, he's not. Oh boy, yep, a majority leave. Darn it! Well, I know who my allies are in this then.
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Ugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving.
Oh, so it's his fault that they're still in poverty.
Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The Monitorists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Okay. That was it apparently. I mean, do I have any of these already? I mean, I can just buy them, so I'll just get more bronze pieces. I think I could buy them. Okay, I'm a little bit past my time that I wanted to for streaming tonight, so I'm gonna have to end it here. So, thank you for watching with me today. Next week, should be next week, yeah. Next week, I will be continuing with this quest. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing anything else aside from the this quest, because I did end up doing that stuff with side quest stuff. I can't think properly anymore. I need to end, so good night, everybody. No, wait, I should end. I really can't think. I should be ending this properly. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you all have a good night. I mean, I think I ended that properly. Good enough, maybe?